Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. It is February 3rd. It is Monday. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Didn't sleep too late. How about those Chiefs, man? I told y'all the Chiefs were about to win. I told y'all, man. They got Mahomes. They got Tyrann Mathieu. The Honey Badger, man. I told y'all. Looked strikingly similar to LSU beating Clemson, except maybe they didn't beat them as bad as LSU beat Clemson. But still, I told y'all the Chiefs were about to win, and nobody listened. But what's up, guys? All right, let me catch up on the chat. What's up, CE? CE says, good morning. Hope you did as well. Thank you for the videos. It definitely helps out us new traders. Hey, of course, man. Happy to help, bro. Happy to help, man. What's up, Rail? What's up, man? How you doing, dude? Oh, man. It is early in the morning. Hi, BT. Care to share your trade ideas layout? Yeah, man. Just join my Discord. I'll send it to you. Yeah, I'm not, I'll send it to you for free. Just join my Discord. You join my Discord, I'll send it to you. In fact, I'll post it right now on my Discord if you want to check it out. Or I guess I could just post it here in the chat, right? You don't even need to join my Discord, actually. I mean, I probably should for, like, marketing purposes, make you do something to join my Discord. But, like, whatever. I'll just send it in the chat. That's cool, too. What do you want? You want the pre-market layout? You want this layout right here? Let me see. So we're just going to call this one pre-market movers. Save and share. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, here you go. Here you go. That's it right there. There it is. But yeah, like I said, if I was like a good social media person, I would be like, yeah, you got to join my Discord and then you got to hit like 3 times, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to send it to you. There it is in the chat. But what's up, guys? All right, let's look at some of these movers. All right, number 1, we got AIMT. I think this one actually is tradable for me, gapping up from 31.05 to 36.80. And this one looks interesting. I think this one's probably tradable. Let's take a look at my account. I'm pretty sure this one is tradable, though. Yeah, I'm at roughly like $1,800 in profit, which is definitely, I'm super happy with that. I'm super happy with $1,800 in profit. I was down to like $1,400 at one point. And so it feels good, man. It feels good to be back up there close to the highs of these accounts. And I'm just going to keep pushing. Yeah, AIMT is tradable. We're going to have to come back and take a look at this one. But that's the top of my watch list this morning. We also have INSM, which I didn't even see this morning. And it was at the top of my list. I guess I probably should. Yeah, no stress, Nash. Yeah, like I said, man, the trade ideas link is like right above your comment. So like look right above your comment. Those are my trade ideas settings. And yeah. But yeah, INSM gapping up from 2054 to 2950. I think this one's probably tradable too for me. Let me see. Yeah, this one's tradable too. So I'll be able to trade both of these. That'll be nice. With both of these specifically, we're gonna come back and we're gonna look at some news in a minute. But specifically with these two, I'm looking at some very obvious levels. The first one on INSM is this $29 whole dollar level. It's got a lot of support there, and also the $30 level. It's just got a huge range right now, honestly. I'm kind of scared to buy any shares, because if I buy like 100 shares, I'm going to be down like $100 within like 1 or 2 candles, which could be like 10 seconds. And so I'm kind of scared of that. But we'll see what happens. I could adjust share size accordingly to compensate for that added range of the stock. And so I think I'll probably consider doing that with the INSM and watch these levels, like I said, specifically 32, $30 whole level and this $29 whole level. If it breaks under 29, it's got a pretty big shadow to fill, and so maybe that's worth keeping an eye on as well for INSM. And so we'll see what happens, but that's what I'm watching for that one too. Like I said, the other one's IAMT or AIMT. This one's got some good levels to watch too. 36 whole dollar level, 35. You see me, like, usually I like to play the half and whole dollars. We also have 37. That looks pretty good. 35 or 36.50 is right here. I don't know about that one, but 37 and 36 look interesting. I'm gonna remove that one, old one. And they just watch these levels, I think. And then, of course, the high pre-market looks interesting for AIMT. And so we'll see if it breaks those levels, too. Maxer, MAXR, was one Mitch was talking about. Not much volume, though, in pre-market. We got Capper, CAPR. We got KDMN. We got PCG. Gapping up some here. PCG looks good. Gapping up from 1580s. Or gapping up from 1520s all the way to 1620, so almost exactly $1 for PCG. And this is a terrible company, in my opinion. This is the company that had to settle a lot of suits for those California wildfires that killed people last year and the year before. And yeah, this company had to settle a bunch of lawsuits. Basically, it got saved. You know, they had a deal made and they were saved. But terrible company, and at least obviously this is all pure speculation. I just don't like PCG, but yeah, we'll see what happens with it. Oh, we got ZYNE, we got ONEM, ABG, BIDU. Looks interesting. Maybe BIDU is worth a watch here as well. It only loads the pre-market movers. Okay, I got you. So what I'm going to do, Nash, is I'm just going to save whatever this is right now, and then I'm going to send it to you. So I'm just going to save this, and then I got you. I'm going to send it to you. So hold on. So I'm going to save. Oh, I got you. Here. My bad, man. Here. I know what happened. I know exactly what happened. My bad, dude. Up that gappers, down gappers, pre-market movers, new daily highs, stocks up big, stocks down big. Yeah, that's all. That's everything. Okay, I got you. Save and share. Let me copy this. Here you go. This is it right here, Nash. Sorry, I forgot to check everything is what really happened. So there you go. That's everything right there. I actually went down and made sure it was everything. So my bad, bro. But there it is right there. But yeah, and then we have BIDU. Like I said, BIDU's gapping up some. I don't know if I really like it. We have GILD, which is really interesting. Huge percentage moves for this one. I'm gonna have to come back and look at the catalyst behind this one. But the 66 level, the 70 level, this 7250 level, and pre-market high up here, probably the biggest levels that I see on this chart, aside from the previous closing price, which is right around like $63.30 or so, $63 maybe. But yeah, these are the levels I would watch for GILD. What else we got? Tesla, the dragon, man. Look at Tesla, man. This thing went as high as 677 in pre-market. This thing is going absolutely crazy, man. Breaking highs. Just broke highs again. It's at 676.80 right now, and it broke a high like a minute ago of $677.46. So absolutely ridiculous moves for Tesla. I'm scared to trade this one too. The range in this one's ridiculously high, man. I don't feel like losing. I could literally buy one share of Tesla and make like 20 bucks, you know, from it. And maybe I will, but we'll see. But Tesla going absolutely crazy. Scared to touch this thing, honestly. We'll see what happens. I like Tesla. I'm rooting for him. I hope Elon conquers the world. And we'll see if he does that through Tesla, you know. No, you're good, Nash. No worries, brother. No worries, man. It's fairly easy, to be honest, you know, to just save it. So you're good, bro. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so Tesla going crazy. We got IQ. IQ gapping up nicely. We're going to keep an eye on that one as well. We got AMD gapping down a little bit here. Roku gapping up. And then VC gapping down. And so let's go ahead and start looking up the catalysts behind these moves. I think we should, right? The catalysts. I think we probably should, no? Honestly, if you guys didn't see the video I put out this past weekend, go check it out. Honestly, I've been analyzing my stats, and this has been one of the most profitable weeks I've ever had. No losing days, 76% accuracy, and I think I traded like 14 times. I think I lost 3 times out of 14. I think that's right. I don't know. Well, that's about right. I think it was 3 times out of 14. I think I traded 14 times total. Let me look. And then I lost like 3 times. And the cool thing about last week is like people are always like, oh, well, we don't know if you're actually making those wins because you're off stream. I only traded 1 time off stream, and I included that trade in the weekend video. And every other trade from last week was done on YouTube. You know what I mean? So it was all streamed live and verified live. I can't fake that. I streamed it all live. Literally 3 losing trades total the entire week last week. Super profitable week, like 76% accuracy. And it worked really, really well. Yeah, 76.5% accuracy. So I traded, I traded 17 times. 4 out of those were losing. 13 of those were winning trades. And so I had 13 winning trades and 4 losing trades last week. My average win was $30. My average loss was $15 roughly. So not that bad, man. My profit factor was 5.66, so ridiculously high profit factor. I'm super happy with that, yeah, we're gonna see if we can keep it going. VRTX. I can take a look at VRTX. Hold on. Low volume. I mean, I think the interesting levels here are right around this previous closing price right here. I think that's an interesting level. It's got some confirmation there. It has the previous close. I think if you're looking at it to go up, look for it to break that. If you're looking at it to go down, I would just look for it to break these lows down here. That range is what I would attack for VRTX. We'll see though. You know, but that's what I would watch. Alright, so let's start looking up some news. It's that time. Alright, so first one we can look at is INSM. INSM looking alright. Judging by what this one looks like, I'm assuming this is an acquisition of some sort. Like I said, I'm just assuming here. There's no movement right here after the gap up. So it literally gapped up from $20 all the way up to like $30. You know, so I'm assuming it's an acquisition with like a $30 buy price. Am I wrong? Let me see. Okay, I was wrong. I was wrong. But I think my thesis was okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and read this, and this is from MT Newswires. It says, and this is quoting again from MT Newswires, quote, a biopharmaceutical company shares jumped 41% in pre-bail trading after the company reported pre-market Monday encouraging results from a study evaluating the INS 1007 in patients with non-cystic fibrosis bronchitis. The study met its primary endpoints with a statistically significant improvement in time to first exacerbation for both dosage strengths of the INS 1007 versus the placebo, MSED said in a statement. The treatment of their INS 1007 has also achieved a key secondary endpoint in the reduction of frequency of pulmonary exacerbation. The drug was generally well tolerated in the study, and he said it plans to advance the INS 1007 to late-stage development. End quote. And again, this is all from MT Newswire. So yeah, basically, positive trial results in their bio drug for INSM, and it's gapping up some. This is even better because if it was a buyout, I wouldn't have liked it as much. But since it's actually a catalyst-driven, legit gap up here with some solid biotech news, then I'm for sure going to watch it. And again, I'm going to watch these 29 levels and see if it breaks under there. I think it's got a gap to fill. And I'm going to watch to see if it fills some of this gap. Or if it breaks over 32 is really what I'm looking at for INSM. So we'll see. That's what I'm keeping an eye on for that one today. Next one we can move on to is AIMT. AIMT. This one again gapping up from 31.05 all the way up to 36.24, and so it's gapping up about about $5.25. And so we'll see what happens with this one. It's at 36.30 now. All right. All right, price target was raised to 64 from 55 by Cantor Fitzgerald. So they get their first FDA approval as the first peanut allergy treatment. So they got their FDA approval as the first approved peanut allergy treatment. And I'm going to go ahead and read this article because this is probably the original catalyst for today for AIMT. And they said, quote, and this is from MT Newswires, quote, said Friday that the Food and Drug Administration has approved Palforzia as a treatment for peanut allergy. According to the company, the drug is not only the first approved therapy for peanut allergy, but it is also the first approved therapy for any food allergy. And so, yeah, basically they got FDA approval for their peanut allergy drug. And that's what's going down for this one. We'll see what happens. Interesting. But yeah, FDA approval for AIMT. As a father, peanut allergies are scary as hell, man. I don't want my kids being allergic to peanuts because they put peanut oil in everything, man. So if your kid's allergic to peanuts, you got to be constantly on the watch. And that sucks. So shout out to, anybody that's allergic to peanuts, man. That must be terrible. But yeah, this drug is the first FDA approved drug to combat peanut allergy. So interesting for AIMT. We'll see what happens with it. These are the levels I'm interested in, and we'll keep an eye on it. Hey, Two-Way, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? How you doing, Two-Way? What's up, dude? How you doing, bro? Two-Way's an OG, man. Alright, but yeah, we got AIMT. Next one, we got Maxer. I guess I could look up the catalyst for this one, but, we'll see. This one gapping up from 16 roughly to 17.55. It's only gapping up really 60 cents, and higher float stock, small moves, not much percentage action, and so we'll keep an eye on it, but it's not my favorite one, I'll say that. We got ONEM. This one looks a little bit better, just because we have some levels to guide it Friday. I don't really see any news for this one. ONEM. Is this a recent IPO? Let me see. Is that what it is? Yeah, so this is a recent IPO. That may be worth a watch. I bet you it's probably tradable. IPOs are generally tradable, and I bet you I can short this one and I can trade it. And so I think this is I'm probably one of the only people that can, through TradeNet and TEF. So, I think that's a good idea. I don't know if that's a good idea. Actually, I don't know why I just said that. Do not short it. You couldn't. Not liable for any losses you take shorting an IPO. But yeah. Oh, and it's worth a watch, though. I'll say that. Next one I'm looking up is GILD. GILD. Alright, so this stock is up after coronavirus treatment plans, and I'm going to just go ahead and read this whole thing from Dow Jones Newswires, and it says, quote, it's up after the drug makers said Friday that they are working with Chinese authorities to test the investigational antiviral Remdesivir as a treatment for people with the new coronavirus. The pneumonia-causing virus was first identified in December in Wuhan, China, and since then, at least 361 people have died, and more than 17,000 have been sickened, according to the latest figures from China's National Health Commission. The company said it is setting up a randomized controlled trial in China as part of those plans, saying that Remdesivir has shown, quote, in vitro and in vivo activity in animal models against the viral pathogens, end quote. Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, MERS, and severe acute respiratory syndrome, which is SARS, both of which are also coronaviruses. So basically what they're saying is that this antiviral drug, Resmetirom, has shown to work against SARS and MERS, which were the previous coronavirus, and so they think that it's plausible that it would work for the new one as well, since it worked for the old ones. And so that's basically what's going down. GILD is the company, and we'll see what happens. That's the big thing to watch for this one, I think. We'll see. Interesting. Keep an eye on this one. GILD. The next one I'm looking up is simply Tesla, man. Tesla the Dragon. Going crazy, gapping up from 650 all the way to 675. Crazy moves. The Dragon Tesla. Alright, and somebody said a quote. Let me see. Argus said, quote, despite past production delays, part shortages, labor cost overruns, and other difficulties, we expect Tesla to benefit from its dominant position in the electric vehicle industry and to improve performance in 2020 and beyond, end quote. And again, that was from Argus, which is Argus Research. They reiterated a buy on Tesla, and they raised the price target to $808. Tesla also signed a battery supply deal with China's CATL. And so, yeah, it entered into a supply agreement with China-based electric battery maker CATL on Monday. And under the agreement, Tesla will be able to purchase batteries from CATL between July and June 2022 based on its needs without imposing restrictions on the U.S. car maker, end quote. And again, that is from Tesla. We'll see what happens here. Interesting to keep an eye on, for sure. Yeah, we already looked at that one, man. Hey, you. Hey, Joy. Hey, you. Alright. But yeah, the Dragon Tesla gapping up some big here. We got CHWY, Chewy gapping up a little bit. I don't really like the volume for this one. We got THMC, and that's really about it. I mean, we got some other gappers like CTIC, UUUU, Maxer, Capper, ONSC, but pennies are pretty slow this morning. SSRM, IQ might be worth a watch. I'll look up IQ. Alright, IQ rescheduled the announcement date of its fourth quarter results to February 27th, 2020. So yeah, basically, they put out something that said they're pushing back their, Okay, so apparently IQ is an innovative, market-leading online entertainment service in China. They also jointly announced with the production and distribution teams of Enter the Fat Dragon, the film, that the action comedy film has been made available to viewers on IQIYI's online streaming platform. So apparently this is a streaming platform and an online entertainment company in China, but they are pushing back their fourth quarter results in response to the coronavirus outbreak. So we'll see what happens with IQ. Worth a watch as well, Chinese stock. For gap down specifically, oh, we also had Roku. I forgot to go over Roku. Roku gapping up some. SPY, let me see it. Is the SPY up or down today? Whoa. SPY is up today, so we got the SPY up, we got Roku up, which might just be following the overall SPY. AMD down. Roku, Fox signed a distribution deal in time for the Super Bowl. Roku and Fox have extended their distribution deal beyond January 31st expiration, allowing Roku users to stream Fox channel shows, including the much-awaited Super Bowl. Fox apps will continue to be on the Roku platform. All right, so yeah, that was basically what went down, is they had an extended distribution deal with Fox for Roku. And so we'll see what happens with that. All right, let me catch back up on the chat. Sorry, was gonna say, hey, did you do a video a year or so ago about the opening range breakout strategy? Any reason or video why you didn't stick to that? Thanks. I don't think I made a video on it. So, hold on. Let me pull the SPY up. Yeah, so I traded the opening range breakout extensively, and I actually back tested it on AMD. And what happened is that whenever I back tested it, I had pretty good results, but whenever I traded it live, there was a few different things. Either my emotions didn't properly manage the trade, and so I ended up just losing and it ended up drawing down my account more than I really wanted it to, or I just didn't have good results with it. And it's one of those things where just because it didn't work for me doesn't mean it's not going to work for other people. There's a lot of reasons why I think my approach to the opening range breakout could have failed. It could be the stocks I traded. It could be the risk reward I gave myself. It could be a lot of different things with the orb, but it just wasn't for me. It's just not the strategy that ended up sticking with my style in trading. You know, I have a lot of other strategies that I implement, and they work really, really well. I think what it boils down to ultimately is as I've matured and progressed as a trader, I don't necessarily like trading that first 5 minutes. I think that first 5 minutes is a lot of the time it's what's kind of marketed like trading the open, right? But I think that first 5 minutes is ridiculously volatile and unpredictable. And so I think when you try to trade that first 15 minutes of every day, I think sometimes it's going to work, but sometimes you're just going to get faked out a lot. And so I think really I push back the time I trade. Mitch trades the open a little bit more and has had much better success than I have with it. But with me specifically, I just haven't been trading that first 30 minutes that much. And if I put a video out this past weekend on the VWAP bounce and how I've been approaching it, and I've basically been waiting for an hour to pass every day before I really start to trade. I've been restricting my trading to where I don't trade that first hour of every market day. And again, last week I had over 75% accuracy. I had no losing days. And so that method of trading has been working exceptionally well. And I think for now, I'm just going to stick with that. And I think that's kind of what you got to do in trading, is just go with what works for you and ignore everything else. And unfortunately, the opening range breakout didn't work for me. The back testing results looked promising when I back tested it, but when I followed through with real money, it just didn't work out. And whether that was the market at the time, you know, a lot of the time with AMD especially, the opening range breakout is going to be playing off of the market's volatility. And so whether that was to blame for that failure of that strategy for me specifically, I don't know. But again, different strategies are going to work for different people. And just because it didn't work for me doesn't mean it won't work for you. It just didn't work for me. It's not really my style anymore. And, you know, I've slowly progressed and tried new things and done different things as a trader. And right now, what's working for me is VWAP bounces after that first hour. What I call a rebound bounce, which is a strategy that I created. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody using it. And, you know, Mitch and I have been talking about these VWAP strategies for years now as well. And that's just been what's working the best for us. But again, I can't say whether it's going to work for anybody else or not. You know. Hey, no stress, Joy. Appreciate it. You as well. Good luck to you as well. All right, guys. All right, guys, we got Mitch here. Let me get Mitch in here. All right, let me know how that volume is. I turned the volume. I adjusted the volume. Whoa. I adjusted the volume, so you should be able to hear Mitch. Let me know if that works. Yo, what's up, man?
What's going on, traders?
What's up, dude?
What's up?
Hey guys, let me know how the sound is for Mitch.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. What is the deal?
What's up, man?
No need to stroke anything.
What? Who's stroking my ego in here, man? Because I figured I would have spotted that already. I don't think anybody is. Nah, Carol was saying that on Friday, you know. People were like, "Oh, John, how do you do it?" And I was like, "I know, man. I'm the greatest trader ever." I was obviously being sarcastic, though. Let's not act like I was being serious, guys. Come on now. But nobody was stroking my ego here. All they said was thank you. You know, I was literally just talking about why I failed at a strategy. You know what I mean? Why I failed at a specific strategy, and so it's kind of the opposite.
All right.
Your volume's coming in a little.
On,
You're getting a little staticky over there.
A little static.
Yep, a little static. 5 out of 5 sound. Nice, man.
What's up?
Yeah, you're staticky, bro. What's up? What's going on, man? You got a new mic or something, man?
Nah, just Comcast.
Yeah, Comcast. Hey, it is what it is.
Just,
hey.
you know.
Look, we got 2A in here. Yeah, he does. He sounds
I'm gonna
fuzzy,
change
right?
my word choice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change my word choice and say crappy Comcast.
Yeah. Right. The best is too. It sounds fuzzy. It might be your mic. Try switching the source of your mic. Maybe that might help.
I could use this one if I wanted,
Yeah, that's probably a little bit better.
but nah, I mean, I'll go back to it.
This should be better.
Yeah, that's good now. It's actually better. There we go. Best gappers to trade this morning? I would say INSM, AIMT, Roku, Tesla. You know?
Yeah, there's not much today. It's kind of a dull day in the gappers.
Well, the penny stocks are slow. But we got AIMT. Check that one out, man. That one looks good. We got, that one's tradable too. We got, what was the other one? GILD. Pretty voluminous and volatile. That one looks good too.
Yeah, that was a funny one.
Yeah. Well, it's coronavirus. So this company was said to put out an antiviral drug that combated SARS and MERS, and those were both coronavirus strains, and so it's plausible that it would fight the newest coronavirus as well, and so that's what it's kind of gapping up on, I think.
Yeah, just the news aggros hit this one up. That's really what happened, and then they destroyed it. It's straight right back down.
Yeah.
It's too small of their company for it to boost it this much.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just a really, really small portion of the company. And so, yeah, I could give it some boost today. Maybe get it up there, I say 67s. But I would definitely not think that it's going to go to 77 today. This stock doesn't move that much for it to be making those kinds of moves. You look at it on the daily chart, you don't see any kind of move like this.
Yeah.
Very rare does a bar be this big on GILD.
Yeah, it's just the hype, man. It's just like every other kind of big hype session we've had in the history of trading. Like, we had the Chinese construction boom, we had Bitcoin, and we had all that stuff. And now we got the coronavirus, man. Who knew? You know?
I'm kind of happy, you know. I mean, at least we get a recession. At least we get some pullback.
Yeah.
Because we were on just the extended area, you know. Not happy about a virus, but happy about definitely the pullback.
Yeah. You seen the dragon this morning?
Yeah, just hanging out, man. Just hanging out. Starting to find the top, man. I was looking at options today.
Yeah, the only options, I'm still holding that put option on NVAX, but that's about it. You know?
I wouldn't mind having the 600 strike point. Think eventually it gets there, but I'm not messing with Tesla. There's just no point.
Mm-hmm.
Too expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
huge range.
Even the options are expensive.
Yeah. Huge range. I'm scared of that thing, man. Yeah.
I just don't even need to touch it. A lot of times, sometimes either you're in it or you're not. And if you're not, it's not time to be in it.
Yeah, for sure. Tesla's biggest bull stampedes to a $7,000 price target. Yeah, I'm looking at some of the news. It's just up so much already, you know. And what the haters are saying is true, which is that it's not quite profitable yet, you know. We'll see. My plan is to buy spot puts.
It's Hangover Monday, bro.
Yeah. Dude, how about those Chiefs, man? I'm telling you, I was telling people Mahomes and Tyrann Mathieu were about to run it down on the 49ers, man. I'm still mad at the 49ers for beating my Saints by like 1 or 2 points. They deserved it.
All I'm going to say is I have the best strategy out there, still existing. I think it's the best strategy out there for a little side money. Bet on the better team when the better team is down. When they were down 20-10, I was here just sitting here like, put the house on it. It's over.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the fun of the count, Born.
But yeah, definitely. Congrats to the Chiefs.
They did
making
it.
their way.
Yeah.
A lot of people doubted them in the regular season. I thought this would be their year. You know, sometimes it's not the year that you're doing the best that you win the Super Bowl. And I think this was that clear year. They're more focused on getting into the playoffs strong than they were focused on getting regular season numbers. I think sometimes that's actually a good focus. You know, you gotta sometimes they were benching running backs. The running back they used mainly last night, they didn't use him mainly all season. They used a lot of McCoy every now and then, and I think that's important. You know, a lot of people pushing way too much in the regular season, not holding enough for the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. That way, when they get there, everybody's hurt. Somebody mentioned NNVC is finally tradable for us. So they did add NNVC on Tefs, and we can trade it. And so that's interesting. NNVC has been super volatile the last 2 weeks or so since this coronavirus scare, and today gapping down a huge amount, man. NNVC is tradable. I'm gonna have to look at it to see if it's one of those ones that fades and kind of respects the VWAP. It looks like it kind of does. We'll see. It's had some good fade days. I'll say that.
All right. So my top trade on the day, I'm looking at 2 trades right now. I like EA on the long side, but that's a $100 price point. It's a little bit higher up for me, but for a higher cap stock, I do like this one. It did get a downgrade, but if everyone knows, their earnings came out, and it did get it got a downgrading and upgrading. So these are the ones I like. Kind of the analysts fighting each other, and I just think that I believe in EA in the long run. You know, I think with games like the Star Wars Jedi that just came out, Madden 20 was the most successful kind of Madden cover, and you just think about it in the long run. I think with new systems coming out, the games are going to get better. The interest in buying gaming systems should come back, because I think for a little while there it did probably start doing a little bit of a decline because so many people have had it. You know, if there's like 10 years of one system, by year 8 or 9, the majority of the people that are going to buy the system probably already have it. And so I think that's what you saw, maybe a little small decline at the end of the quarters. But as soon as we get closer towards that November, I think at the end of the year, that's when I really think you're going to see the pickup. So I think this is a time for investors to get in and not really a time for investors to get out. For that, I'm calling EA to maybe make a bounce today. Another one we can look at is LK. LK is going to be very important, probably my second top play of the day. And reason why is because there's a huge short report that got put out on LK, basically saying that they're lying about their kind of their business, a big part of their business, which is the number of items sold per day. This report said that they are supposed to have inflated that number by 69%. If that's true, I mean, that would be really, really, really bad for Lucky.
Yeah, and here's the thing, right? I don't know if anybody's ever seen the show Silicon Valley, but inflating numbers is no joke there, man. Like, you inflate numbers, they catch you inflating numbers or being dishonest about anything like that, you lose your trust in the business world. And if that happens with LK, like Mitch saying, man, that's a serious thing. We'll have to, pure speculation, but...
Yeah. But the interesting part is, so that came out from a research company called Muddy Waters Research. Okay. And the cool part that I thought was interesting is one of the top shorting research company, Citron Research. I don't know if anyone's have ever heard of that. Yeah. But Citron Research puts out a lot of short calls. And they look at stocks to short and like to make big industry calls on that. And they said that Citron's long LK. They received the data from the report, but they think that the competitors confirm the financials. So pretty much that the other kind of like, let's say Starbucks and other competitors actually confirm their financials. So if you compare the data, it's not off. That's what they're saying. And they're saying that Lucky's business is on fire in China, and that Citron has the respect for Muddy, but in this kind of report, they fall short on accuracy. So that's what spiked, I think, the stock right back. Yeah. So you saw that kind of down move in the stock, and then kind of this report being put out and kind of support behind the stock. And them saying that they checked out the data, and the data really says that they're okay. I think that's what brought the stock back. I think the stock is very good on a daily point because it pulled back such at a significant rate. It broke out massively from 35 to 50 and now pulled back underneath that 35. I think what's going to be really important is that it can get above this 33.50 today. If it can get above 33.50, I think you could see it up at 35. And if they get bought up, if all this share size and big wick down here in the 30s was buy volume, I think we could get it back up there to 40. So that's definitely going to be one of my top trades today.
Appreciate the sub, Santiago. Thank you, sir. We also had him and Jose and FC. Appreciate the subs, guys. Like I said, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Click the bell. We do this live for free every day, and we definitely appreciate it. If you click the bell, you'll get a notification every time we go live, which is every weekday morning, and we also day trade the open and throughout the first few hours of every day. And so hit that sub button. But yeah, LK is interesting for sure. Super volatile too. Big range. The most hated company ever, Mitch. PCG gapping up some. Alright, so yeah, IQ, a few other ones. Like I said, we got IQ. I gotta look up the overall market news as well. But we got IQ gapping up from 22.24 to 22.95. That one looks solid. Looks interesting, and this is another one I'm keeping an eye on as well. Like I said, this one did push back their earnings to later this month after the coronavirus. It's a Chinese online entertainment company, and I think an online streaming company as well. And so that might be worth the watch for IQ too. But yeah, that's what we're watching for IQ as well. Let's go ahead and look at the overall market news. I don't think I've looked at that yet. And again, the market is up today, although it did take a pretty big pullback the last few days. So we did get a pretty big pullback. It went as high as like 330 or so, a little bit higher than that, I believe, and it's back down to 323. So let's look at the market news. I'll go ahead and read that as well. All right, and this is from the ETF preview from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, China's stock markets reopened Monday after the Lunar New Year holiday and closed on the losing end as more than $400 billion of Chinese stock value was lost amid the coronavirus outbreak. To head off panic, China's central bank injected 1.2 trillion yen, which is the equivalent of roughly 173.8 billion US dollars of liquidity into the market. The People's Bank of China and relevant financial authorities also introduced new stimulus measures to help the economy, with some of the funds to be directed towards companies that were hit by the virus. In U.S. economic data news, the January reading of the PMI Manufacturing Index, which is out at 9:45 a.m., is expected to come in at 51.7 according to Econoday estimates. The prior was 52.4, And next, the Manufacturing Composite Index from the Institute of Supply Management will be released at around 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And so that's in about 40 minutes from now. The expectations for the January reading of 48.7 and versus the prior month's levels of 47.2. And construction spending for December will be reported at 10 a.m. Eastern Time as well, which is again in 40 minutes, with estimates for an increase of 0.5% compared with the previous rise of 0.6%. We also have, and again, all of that was quoting from MT Newswire's ETF preview. But yeah, we have commodities with crude being up 0.3%. The U.S. oil fund is down 0.1%. Natural gas is up 1.5%. The U.S. natural gas, run later. And U.S. natural gas fund is up 1.8%. Gold is down 0.3% today, with the Spider Gold Trust being down 0.5%, silver being down a total of 1.2%, and the iShares Silver Trust being down 1.1%. And so we'll see what happens. Should be an interesting day, and yeah, we should have some interesting moves today. What's up, Eagles? Yeah, thank you, sir. That's right. Everybody hit that like button, guys. We got 26 likes. Let's do this. Bring that like count up to over 100 if we can today. I think we broke 100 in likes every day last week. Carol was here. My wife was here Friday. What's up, Lewis? PCG's about to run, man. I don't know, man. I don't like PCG. If they're over there in Cali starting fires and stuff, I just can't respect them, I'm not saying whether they're going to succeed, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Kind of getting back up to pre-lawsuit levels. It's at 16 now. Biggest resistance is obviously at the 16-18 level, and which is now right around where the stock is at, really about 1650, I would say. And so I think we're right around this big resistance level. I would say it's right around 1650 up to 1725. I think that's where the big resistance is going to be for PCG. And so we'll see if it hits that or not. But yeah, we got some interesting levels here, specifically 1650. If we move up, that 1725 level is interesting for PCG, just because that was before the lawsuit. That's right around where that big support level was. You can see all that support here. But now after the lawsuit, since it's right around there, we'll see if that level holds or not. CPHI, yeah, we've had a few people mention that one. Whoa, yeah, penny stock on the run, and I can look up this one too, but yeah, penny stock making a crazy move, gapping up from 46 cents all the way to 82 cents right now. Crazy move. It's China Pharmacy Holdings, or China Pharma Holdings, third quarter EPS of 2 cents, which is up from 4 cents year over year. Sales of 2.4 million, which is up from 2.3 million year over year. And so good third quarter earnings came out for this stock. But yeah, it's a penny stock. We'll see what happens. Not really going to be tradable for me, but making a pretty big run from around 50 cents all the way up to 80 cents. And so a crazy move. Up roughly, 75%. So crazy move. Honestly, Luke, if she does, I'll be proud of her and happy. If Carol turns into a better trader than me, I will certainly be happy. That's like every guy's dream. Every trader's dream, at least, is for their spouse, their significant other, to be interested in trading. And so I hope she does, man. I hope she's better than me. Yeah, right. Stay-at-home dad John. I watch the kids, dude. She turns into a trader. I'll watch the kids, man. That'll be me. I'll get a fanny pack. I'll chill, man. Look, I ain't got no problem with that. We got Disney. Expected move for Disney. I don't know. Mitch is usually the one that trades Disney a little bit more. I'm not much of that Disney guy.
I'm actually looking at getting along some Disney for the long-term, guys, but I think this is a chance for pullbacks.
Yeah.
The only way they're going to get back up there is crushing earnings, and that's all going to be based on Disney Plus. I think that's, at the end of the day, we all know that's the focus in Disney. I wanted to try to get back down through the 120 area, because if I buy anywhere through the 120s, then I'd feel more than happy in Disney, because it had tight consolidation from 120 to about 100 for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So anywhere near that, and I would buy it. We're kind of near that down part now. I think the support is 130. Around 130s, you could look to get in, and then work your way towards the 120s.
Right.
But I think in the long term, Disney is making the right moves. They're expanding their business.
Yep.
They're getting into content. And at the end of the day, that just gives them another source of revenue. And we all know Disney, at least brand-wise, is going to stick around. The real key is innovation. And I think they made a smart move getting into content.
Yep.
Now, the question is, will they be able to compete with Netflix? And how much subscriber rate and market share are they willing to take? I think this is a story that you got to also start thinking about how you take a look at market share, because market share is very important. We all know that we have a kind of piece of the pie mentality. So you have a complete pie here. Let's say that Netflix is eating up 3/4 of the pie and there's only a fourth left for Disney. How much is Disney going to grab of that fourth? And are they going to make a move into the pieces that Netflix already has? And so that's what you got to take a look at. Take a look at their subscriber rate, see how many subscribers are staying after the trial. I think that's also another important stat to look at in their earnings. And in the long run, as you guys can tell from my story, I'm still a little bullish on Disney. I think they're going to be doing all right. Do I think they're going to do as good as people predict against Netflix? I'm not so much in agreement with that, but I do agree that they can get a market share here and they can make their stock go up because of the earnings that are going to come from it.
Yeah, I think with any company, right, when you're value investing or when you're trading, when you're doing some swing trades, the big thing you want to think about is it at its peak of its hype? And I think right now with Disney Plus, with all that stuff coming out, I think it's now, I'm not going to say it's at its peak, but it's definitely at some highs right now with how all the innovation that's been coming out. And I think what Mitch is saying as well is true, which is that Mitch is bullish long term on this stock, but I do think you have to wait for a pullback. I think if you buy it at some peaks, it's going to be hard to hold it through some pullbacks, and that you want to wait for some pullbacks before you load into it if you're bullish on a long-term basis. And so I think that, waiting for some dips or some, small consolidation pullbacks is okay. I know Disney also, which is kind of where it's at now, I think also another thing you got to think about, like my daughter and I love The Mandalorian, right? We watched the entire Mandalorian season. The next season of Mandalorian isn't going to come out until late next year, which is frustrating. But they're also going to put a new series is going to come out on Disney Plus, which I believe is going to massively improve Disney Plus numbers. And the series is Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and so they're pausing The Mandalorian. They're going to put out an Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and then The Mandalorian is going to come back, and that's all in the next few years for Disney Plus. And so I think overall that should cause some increases in that stock's value, because I think if you learn anything, people love Star Wars. That's going to cause it to push up, I think.
No, definitely. I think in the long run, you got to take a look at it like that. I think this is a good pullback on the weekly. It actually touched the 50 moving average on the weekly chart. So look for maybe a 200 simple average, something like that, for it to come close towards support. You have moving average support. I would also take a look at kind of either a MACD, or you can look at an RSI in Disney. Because I think this has a lot to do with also the market pullback. It's not necessarily weak Disney numbers. This is not weak Disney numbers. And I think that's what you got to remind yourself. Yeah. This pullback has not been because of weak Disney numbers. This pullback has been because of the SPY pullback. And so if anyone steps up here and really, really buys up Disney and believes that they're going to kind of kick butt at their earnings, I think you can see the stock right back up today, 144s. And the next thing you know, it gets good earnings and it's at 150 breaking out. So you got to understand that this is in the middle of kind of a weekly breakout from April. So you got a bottom here, kind of in the 132s, 30s. So you're looking at probably about $7 on the downside, $7 on the upside. So what does that mean? It means middle of the chart. It's trying to trap traders both ways.
All right, guys, there's the bell. SPY pushing up a little bit. It's at 233s. Let's see. We got LK dropping down. We got AMD spiking up. We got GILD spiking up a little bit. Tesla ripping up.
360 deaths now.
Yeah, man, the numbers going up. It's scary, man. Honestly, it's scary. We're supposed to go out of town in the next few weeks too, man. And so it's a little frightening.
Disney, looking for VWAP bounces and that. I think just shot up 450,000 out the gates.
Yeah, man. Honestly, that fake out or that rebound bounce strategy has been super effective lately.
I like Max R for VWAP bounce today. For that.
Look at IQ as well, guys. IQ ripping up, pulling back a little bit to the VWAP. You got this pre-market high right here. What's up, Jonathan? What's up, bro? Good morning, man.
CGC did a green to red move there. Doesn't look too bad.
AMD ripped up a little bit too. I might keep an eye on AMD too.
PTON also looking good here. Looking for pullbacks to 1773 here, Max R.
Put your window up.
Got you, no worries. There you go. Looking for a pullback here in Max R or Spice. The Space Life. Ooh, this one looks good too, guys. Downside LB.
Limited brands.
Yeah, that was holding, trying to break out for like 2 or 3 days, and now is pulling really hard towards the daily support. That's why I like that.
PCG ripping up. AMD doesn't look bad. AMD's right around those levels.
EMP8's looking strong today. CGC bouncing the VWAP.
The Dragon, Gideon, that's right. Disney will probably buy the pie and share it with Mickey, Minnie, and the gang. Yeah, 100%. You know what I was watching this weekend? I was watching a Goofy movie. You know? Every 90s kid knows the Goofy movie. We got, yeah, the Dragon going crazy. It's up to 680s.
Now looking at Peloton and LB.
AMD's right around the VWAP. VWAP's at 4660 for AMD, and it's pulling back there for a bounce play. IQ did pull the bounce play.
Looking for the Max R pullback, but it only went to 80s there. Didn't hit VWAP there. Looked good. But... Alright. LB bounced back there, but it held slightly above VWAP for a second there. I'm gonna let it try up there again, and if it looks like it's gonna come back down, that's when I'll take it.
Which one?
EMP.
Go ahead.
LB. 50-cent breakdown, but it's holding slightly above.
Yeah, I don't want that one for like a fake out. If it comes all the way, it has to drop all the way back below 2260 for it to look good. If not, it might just run up. AMD, beautiful bounce, man. Those are the only ones I miss in the open. The only thing I really miss trading the open is these really pretty bounces like AMD just pulled exactly off the VWAP at 4660. Those hurt. Which movie? Leaning Tower of Pisa? Oh yeah, a Goofy movie. That's right, man. Yeah, for sure.
Peloton trying to do a red to green. I'm paying attention to it. Here comes the Maxar pullback. Gonna look for a 1776 entry. Just to mention, Chinese bear ETF looks interesting. It's something that I expected to break out today, so it's kind of weird that it's fading right now. But that's the Yang, YANG. All right, now LB starting to look a little bit better for me. Little spike here, and I could take it, risk off of 90s.
Man, look at there goes IQ and AMD both ripping up beautiful VWAP bounces. Look very, very similar. Completely different companies, but AMD and IQ just ripping up nicely. Beautiful VWAP bounces for both of those.
I have an order out here to fill at 77s here. I'm trying to look for a quick pullback here in Maxar to get filled. Also like LB, now that it's rejected off that 85, risk would be right above that 85. But I'm gonna wait and see if I can get Maxar. That looks like the better setup.
Remember guys, hit that subscribe button. We do this live every weekday morning right here on YouTube for free. We are not experts or gurus, so don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, get a notification every time we go live by hitting that bell, and we definitely appreciate the support. We also have 40 likes, so let's bring that number up to over 100 today. We got 40 likes, 1 dislike. I like the percentage, and appreciate the support, team.
MU pulling the red to green, looking like a VWAP bounce.
Oh, also guys, the Trade Ideas test drive starts today, and so if you've ever thought about using these scanners like completely real time, and you know the premium scanners as well, you could try them out for the next 2 weeks starting today for $8.99 a month. So super cheap. I'll post this link if you want to check them out. I forgot it started today, guys, so you can go check them out if you want to. Same scanners that we use. IQ pulling back a little bit.
All right, here's Maxar pulling back. I'm still trying to get it. I'm trying to also get LK. Seeing LK back up there. I'll look for a VWAP bounce play.
Wait, didn't I just post the Trade Ideas thing?
All right, just got filled here, guys, in Maxar.
Oof.
Selling some immediately here, as I'm already up a significant amount, and I'll let the rest of it work.
Yeah, good job, man. Those are one of my favorite trades. Those instant greens.
Yep, grabbed it there right at the low, guys. Put the order out, let the order fill, and as soon as it bounced up, was able to sell some. And now as it spikes into 18s, up here to 1814s, I can go ahead and sell out, take a good profit, good cushion on the day, and then from there on, look to make another trade.
Yep.
We're gonna see if it breaks out through 18. Right now, we're on the rest break even. Really would like to see it hold the 83s now. Give it a shot here to get bought up here. And let it come back up to 18. All right, it's dropping towards my support. My entry 77. Don't want to see it go through 75. If any little downtick does that, we have to immediately get out. But we could see a bounce right here. So holding for a slight second, see if we get the bounce back up to 18. Out. Yep. Should have maybe taken 18.06s. Had it on the ass, didn't get the bid past 18. But that's how it goes sometimes. Let's see if we get back up there and we can take another shot at it.
Yeah, I think you played it right. I think it's just reversed quick, but I think that was a good trade, man. I think that you took some and you held the rest to where you weren't going to lose money on it. So I think that was a good strategy.
Yeah, it wasn't the best sells. I should have sold some through 18, had some order out, but that's how it goes. Good entry, just not good exits. There was $70 there. We should have maybe taken that off. Space did it beautifully. I went for the wrong one. I was looking for one of the two in the sector. I went for Maxar, but if you look at Space, it did it beautifully. It held the VWAP, went right back to the highs.
Yeah, that one did look good. I was looking at AMD this morning. That one's the one I'm kind of mad I missed, but what are you talking about 1814, Chris?
Looking to grab EMPH slightly below VWAP here.
Yeah, he jumped in Maxar at like 1770. That original low.
Yeah, 1777. That was my entry.
Yeah,
yep, sold some immediately in the 90s. Was looking to sell some above 18, but wasn't able to get it out.
Right. So yeah, that's what we're saying. My Thinkorswim shows that it got up to 1805, 1806. But yeah, he never said anything, I don't think, about 1814. You know, I don't think that level. I mean, that might have been his reward target, but you know. ARTL, CPHI. You traded CPHI Eagles? What did that end up doing, man? Oof, that one's running, man. Nice little break. Big percentage move. This one's up like almost 100% from yesterday, or from Friday. AMD's pulling back to the VWAP a little bit closer here. We got IQ running a little bit.
You got CGC setting up for a squeeze.
You got PCG, which looks a little bearish, but we'll see if it holds that support on PCG at around 16.15. You got LK pulled a red to green. Roku end up doing. Roku ripping up. Overall market ripping up today. It's up to 324.70s.
ATVI breaking out there.
I use Thinkorswim, Chris. I use Thinkorswim. I use Thinkorswim solely for charts. I don't actually trade on there. I just use them to analyze their charts because their charts are my favorite charting and trading. So I just kind of stick with what's comfortable and stay using their charts, but use a different executing platform. AMD back down to 46.90s. What's up, Hero? Should I get out of AIMT or long hold? I don't want to say yes or no to a CE. Like I said, we're not investment professionals, so I don't want to tell you the wrong answer, brother. It depends on a lot of different stuff, like what your entry is. Right now, we're just getting a gap fill, and I talked about this one this morning, which was if it broke below that 35 level, we had a pretty big shadow to fill. And I think that's what we're getting now. It's just a gap fill for AIMT. The next stop, in my opinion, is that opening range high at around 32, and we also have the previous closing price at around 31. And so it's just about, I don't know if it's going to bounce through those levels or if it breaks, but regardless, I don't want to tell you the wrong answer, brother. So, you gotta. It all depends. SPY ripping up to 325s. Testing 325s now. John, can you send me a link of what you're listening to right now? I'm in your playlist. I like it. I'll see if it lets me. Send a link.
One doing a nice fade today. Work.
I don't think it's going to let me send a link to it, unfortunately. I'm using Epidemic Sound, but McDonald's ripping. Pinterest. Yeah, Pinterest on a 5-minute chart looked really good on this little pullback. I don't hate it. Looks good. I like a risk of like 22.20 for Pinterest. It's got to get up there to over 22.40 though. Test that $0.50 maybe. CPHI, penny stock that ran, put in a high at 92 cents. It's pulling back to 82 cents, which is right around the pre-market high level. I'd see if it bounces there. And AMD is right around 46.90, right around where the VWAP is. I would see if it bounces at 46.80. If it breaks below that, it might break below pre-market levels. IQ ripping up. AMRN testing lows.
Alright guys, taking a little shot here. Got a starter, looking to add here a little bit. There you go, looking good. So any pullback here, I'm gonna add. I'm in EMPH.
Alright, I got you up.
Just got a really good starter entry here, right at the bottom of that drop. So looking to add here at the 10s or 9/8 something like that.
New trades today. Got a late start and didn't have a single plan. Will anybody be in Discord for power up? Maybe two-way. We'll see. Depends on what my options are doing that I'm holding. I know I just wanted an opinion. Thanks. Yeah, no stress. See, I got you. Yeah, like I said, I would look for the previous closing price. Right now, we're just getting a gap fill, and we have those big levels there, and I think those are the big levels. Now, especially put in 32.25, I think that's an interesting level to watch as well. But yeah, we essentially, the big thing to question now with AIMT is it going to fill the entire gap? If it does fill the entire gap, it can get really weak if it breaks below that previous closing price, but as long as it maintains above there, it could bounce back theoretically, obviously. So we'll see what happens with that, and that's what, Hey Gideon, remember the level I said for Pinterest? I said 2220. Look exactly where it went. 2220. Right down to the very cent.
All right, I have an order to add here, guys. Looking for the rip out here. Any pull back here to 32.13s, I'm gonna add. Look for that nice push out again. If it rips out here through the 26s, get up to the 35s, we'll just look to sell. Take a nice profit here.
Hero, stop trying to fight Ray Ray.
CGC called out that squeeze, was setting up really well for that squeeze. Now it's pushing up there. I like EA here for a VWAP bounce also. Risk is 107.50s. Entry would be here in the 80s, be 30-cent risk, but you have more than a potential of 60 cents to $1 on the plus side. There you go, guys. Look at that breakout. Beautiful breakout there. Let's sell some here. Some majority of it through the 36.
Yeah, it looks good, bro. Good job, man.
There you go. Some majority of it right there, and keep the rest. All right, let's go look for another trade, guys. Instead of being stuck on the trade, I've been trying to nail some trade entries, let the trade work, let the rest of the trade work here. I really got a great entry here. Look at that bottom entry I got here, guys. 32.05s on that one.
Hero,
really being patient.
Hero, stop trying to fight Ray Ray, man. Leave him alone, Hero. Stop it, man. Sorry, Mitch. I gotta mess with Hero a little bit. Hero's like, I don't want to fight you, bro. I don't want to fight you, man.
Yeah,
chill out, Hero.
Good for me.
But great trade, Mitch. Killer trade, bro. Nice work. See, Mitch is taking profits, and now he's at the best part of a trader, or best part of any trade, which is that he's taking profits. He's up a ton. And now he's only holding a very small percentage of shares, and so he can really, just hang out with those shares and not be super upset either way because he's already taken so much profit from it.
Exactly. Looking at Maxar, seeing the volume that's going to get in here in the 50s and 60s.
Hero says, I am innocent. My bad.
No, you're good. CGC, look for a VWAP bounce in that one. That's a good extension now.
BYND is really extended, possible pullback to the VWAP. Yeah, the SPY is the big story of the day, which is just ripping highs. It's up to 325.16. Not highs, it's lifetime highs. But it's SPY pushed up, never looked back, man. That thing has just been going crazy, running up big. Yeah, BYND tanking, man. Dare I say tanking.
But I thought that one was going back to 200.
Hey, dude. I think people said, but Chipotle did it.
Yeah. All right, guys, looking at EA here, might grab a little bit, try to get the bottom here and risk a very small amount. There you go. Gonna take it there, guys. $15 risk here. Anything below 50s and we got to get out. But I think this one might just come right back up to VWAP and squeeze out here. It just took a little bit. Only 100 shares in this trade. Gonna risk $15 of my profit. Small amount for potential for it to have a big reward.
Yeah, there's the high of the day on my scanner. Nash.
Ooh, best VWAP bounce of the day in space. That one was a beauty.
Kinda
All
like
right, about to get out. I'm out. I'm not going to test it. It hit the bid way too much. We're not going to test that. We wanted it to hold the support. It did wick us out a little bit, but there's no need to hold in that. We need an instant reaction like we got in EMPH.
Kind of like Pinterest right now for the VWAP bounce. That one doesn't look bad using pre-market levels. Right around 22.20. Really easy risk too. Risk is like 7 cents. VXRT? I don't think so. I saw that one this morning, but yeah, big float. That's the big thing with VXRT. For the float size, it's actually pretty rangy, you know? I don't think it's tradable though. Let me check. No. AMD's kind of looking like that fake out bounce setup too. It put in that low at 46.80. If it pulls back to 46.90, could get in there for that fake out or that rebound bounce setup I talked about this weekend, but I think I'd wait. Not quite my ideal time for it. Hey, see you two-way. Hey, appreciate you being here, man. Long time no see, brother. I hope you're doing well, man, in life, bro. Yeah, be on the Discord, bro. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I might hop on then. Two-way, so I'll see you, dude. Yeah, no stress, Nash. Yeah, you and Ray Ray get along, hero. Alright, there's the pullback on AMD. I'm super tempted to just take it, because then you could just risk off of 46.80. Your risk is like 20 cents on AMD. I'm super tempted to take it here. I might miss it. It's too late. That was the pullback. I mean, it's really not that bad. I really want to take it. Maybe 50 shares. Alright, I'm gonna jump in. Jumped in with 100 shares here, just a small position, and we'll see if that works. Risk off of 46.80. Tesla dragon flying. What's it doing, man? Whoa, Tesla just broke 715, man. Tesla's up to 720. Wow. Tesla is crazy right now, guys. This is crazy, man. Tesla, unreal, man. That thing is making some big moves right now, dude. That is kind of crazy. I'll say that. Whew. Tesla testing 720s. Alright, my question on AMD is whether I want to add or just hold my 50 shares and take like a $10, $15 loss if I lose.
What? Oh, hold on a second. Can Beyond Meat get to $100?
It could.
Did I not say this for my option? My strike point was 110. I would be up so nice.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
I would be up, let's say a minimum of probably near 70% of the trade return. Yeah. In one day I was up 40%. I'm gonna start taking some of these in the later part of the year. I'm just trying to build an options account. You need more money, guys.
Whew.
I want a real one, an American one. You need like 3,000.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. I've been experimenting with options lately, but man, look at AMD get the surge. But I've had mixed results.
Spy
Exactly.
just surged nasty.
Yep.
Watch out, guys.
Should be good for me here. I'm only in with 50 shares though. I almost added to it too, but I just stopped myself from it just because it's not my ideal time yet. I got about another 20-25 minutes before it's really the best time for me. Let me see what this catalyst is.
As EMPH rips through 60s here, I'm gonna look to sell. Want to hold 50 now.
Okay, so the U.S. manufacturing numbers actually just came out. That's what happened. I'll go ahead and read these. So U.S. ISM Manufacturing Employment Index for January was 46.6 versus the expected 46.6, so it was right in line. The U.S. ISM Manufacturing prices paid for January were 53.3 versus the expected 50.8, so a little bit better than expected. The U.S. ISM Manufacturing PMI for January was 50.9 versus the expected 48.5, which was again a little bit better than expected. And so that's what's going down. That's why the market just surged up. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm still holding 50 shares of AMD. It's not really doing much. I'm down like $3 now. Okay, we just got reconnected. So they probably didn't hear anything in the last like
All right,
15
guys.
seconds.
Industrials on the rise here. The industrial sector getting a real big lift from that. I saw the best one I like is CAT. CAT with a nice extension there. $1 breakout on that news. I'm looking for a 50-cent pullback towards 132.50s or 132.25s. About to sell out an EMPH, guys. This is ripping through 70s here. Beautiful trade here on EMPH, guys. Almost gonna make above 60 cents here. Let's see if we can get through 70s here. There's a big seller there. Oh, we broke him. Squeezed him hard there.
Not bad with 50 shares too, bro.
Yep. That's why you hold on a little bit, guys.
Yep.
Especially early trades. I'm in agreement with John that later on in the day, maybe scalps is probably the best. That's just my personal opinion. But I do agree early on in the day, if you get a great position to maybe hold a little bit of share size, break even, just in case you get what this is. This is called a continuation move, where it gets to the high of the day and continues to break out.
Yep. Yeah,
Now, since I made that profit, I can add.
Yep. You just get that nice run.
Ooh, look at MU. I was looking for that one. I think squeezed up big.
Yeah, so I added another 50 shares to my AMD trade, and so we're gonna see what happens. I'm only holding 300 shares now, but you know, I'm just gonna give myself like a $10-15 risk and try to let this right up. See if we get a nice breakout over these highs for AMD since the market's running. We'll see.
Looking for quick pullback here in AMAT towards 59.75s. Can risk off of 65s. Some of the tech sec getting a little hot there. This is fun today with the industrial news. I'm gonna actually pull up my scanner for industrials. Just give me a second, guys. I'll let you guys know what's moving. What has a top move right now. There's a penny stock called BIMI. It's not tradable for me, but it's definitely on the move. 25% up.
So AMD had a big pullback. I'm probably going to get out here for like a $10 loss with my little experimental trade.
The airlines are up big, guys. That could be a sign of strength from the virus.
Yeah, I jumped out of AMD. Luckily before this, I'm down $17, but still small. Missed this huge drop though, so glad I got out when I did. Market pulling back big. I'm just gonna wait until the market settles down a little bit after these manufacturing numbers. It's pretty volatile after these numbers came out, so I'm just gonna wait now.
One that's interesting, Momo.
Let's see. Look at X. What's that? US Steel, right?
Yeah, that's U.S. Steel.
Yeah,
One
it's
of the
up.
biggest shorted. Well, that's one of the biggest shorted stock ETFs out there.
My foot's asleep.
Ooh, I like that. That looks interesting. Look at Yang. Look at that. Look at that big candle. That's interesting to me. Because I expected this to be on the bullish side today. So let me take a quick look at this. Yeah, I like Yang. That's a squeeze right there. Looking to grab some here. Let's see what I can do.
Took a small loss on AIMT. Thought it was gonna bounce. I was wrong. What did it do? Did it break?
Ooh. Not tradable. I would have grabbed it there. Nice. I had 48.
Did it break that previous close? No, not yet. I think if it's gonna bounce, it's gonna bounce right around that previous closing price, which looks to be right around like 31 is where it is, but it's still a little while from that area, and it did find some support at 32. So that's what I would watch for AIMT if it bounces at the previous close. I'm up on PCG, but wish I had a lot more. Yeah, PCG looks good. Looks like a good bullish pattern, especially when it held support at that 1654 level. CPHI pulling back a little bit to 0.8. And CGC looks like a good bounce play. It's pulling back to 2270s here for CGC. The only issue I have with it is that it's actually below that opening range high, or it's actually right there now, so it's really not that bad for CGC. It's actually pretty close to a bounce setup, but I'm going to wait. Still got a few more minutes until my ideal time, so I'm just going to patiently wait for that because that's really what's been paying me the most lately, and so I just got to stick with that. Nice, Darth. Nice work, bro. Remember, guys, to hit that subscribe button. You know, we do this live every weekday morning for free, and so make sure to hit that subscribe button, show your support for what we do here. Click the bell if you haven't already, and yeah, click that like button. We got around 50 likes. Let's bring that number up to over 100 today, and yeah, hit that like button, guys. Shout out to all our new subs today. We did have a few, like Santiago, Jose, FC. Appreciate the love, team.
Man, that would have been a great buy on that ETF. It's very short. It's not really has high volume normally, so would have had a great entry there. 48 for Yang. I liked it.
I'm looking at CGC to see if it bounces and stays over that 2275 level. I think that's a really interesting level, 2275 for CGC. See if it bounces off of that. Right around there. You know, the VWAP's still at 2270, but I think that looks interesting. Same thing with PCG. I would see if PCG bounces at like 1650, 1655. Yeah, Tesla going crazy. Look at that pullback, man. Pullback to 7, just a ridiculous range on the day. This thing's got like an $80 range on the day for Tesla. Just crazy, crazy moves. Hey, appreciate the sub, Anders. What's up, bro? Appreciate the sub, man. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, guys. Appreciate the love, team. Hit that sub button. And, but yeah, Tesla, crazy, crazy stock today, man.
30-point VWAP bounce play.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. That's what crazy move. Scary, you know. I'm gonna run to the restroom, guys. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. So hold it down, Mitch. But yeah, Tesla absolutely nuts, man, today.
The dragon. That's called the Dragon War. All right, guys. Looking at my top losers and gainers, I got SQ, Tesla, EMPH. On the downside, NPTN, OSTK, and Maxar. PTON was interesting here. Keeps holding here. I think if it gets back above 33s is where I like it. I didn't want to do the VWAP reject trade on it, so I'm going to set an alert to alert me if it gets above 33. If not, I'm going to leave PTON alone. It needs to crack 3270s to really look weak. Cat almost getting back down to 132s here. Getting interesting to take a chance on it with that good news. $131.90s is where the VWAP is. The hold would be 182s. I like this pullback to 132s here. I'm going to try to get 132. Risk off this 82 here. Let's see if we get a quick dip into 132s on the bid, and then maybe we can even take 132.05s. They want to risk more than 20 or 30 bucks on this trade. Looking for a little bit more pullback underneath 132s here. Or to 132 on the ass side.
Shout out to my mom for one of the best sports picks ever. You know, my mom posted a status on Facebook yesterday before the game, and she had Kansas City plus 10. You know, she was so close, man. I got to go to my mom for sports betting picks after that pick, man. She did good, man. She said plus 10. It was plus 11, you know. I got to go to her next, man. My mom with the pick of the year.
All right, trying to grab this one at 132 here. Cat. Got to be patient here. There's no need to overreact. Try to get it at the right spot. I think we can get 132s. I don't want to overextend here. Risk 40 bucks for no reason. Go, might get that drop.
Tesla approaching VWAP. Yeah, Tesla's getting close, man. Tesla is at $708.33. The VWAP is at 700, so it's getting pretty close. But that's how big of a range it has. Is that it close to the VWAP is $8 away from it.
CGC at VWAP, AMRN at VWAP, just a couple.
Yeah. Yeah, so CGC was the one I said. I was looking at 70, 75 bounce play, and it's still kind of right around there. It's at like 72 now, so we'll see if it actually follows through, but I don't hate that one. I think it's got to break above the previous opening range low, or the opening range high up there at around 74 to look better.
Yep. Best one to trade also today. I was looking for it. LK. LK, we should have been trying to nail that one. I was in a trade, so I didn't get that first VWAP bounce. But now, going back to it, hindsight 2020, but this one definitely one of the best trades I was looking at for the open. And you could see it right back above 33s. That 33.50 we said was important. They held it on the pullback even as they extended through 34. So I'm seeing Lucky getting some strength for sure.
Gideon says I could have retired on Tesla today if I wasn't a scaredy cat. That's how it goes. Honestly, I wish I could go back in time.
I know how it goes.
Yeah, I wish I could go back in time and buy DRYS the day before it went to 100. When it was at like $5, and then just sell. I'd be rich. Or Bitcoin is the one that really hurts more than anything.
You know what sucked, John? Is
What?
I paper traded through that whole time, and then live traded immediately after that. When I was paper trading, I made over $10,000 in 1 week.
Yeah.
That week, because I was just longing the sympathy stock. I found a whole bunch of them. There was one called the Eagle. There was one called Ships.
Yep.
And I had them all. I bought them all up at the open.
Yeah.
And I watched like 3 stocks with 1,000 shares just rip.
Yeah. Honestly, I remember that SHIP. They had DRYS. They had SHIP. That was the shipping stock boom. And at DRYS, that was my first kind of experience of the market. I watched DRYS go from $5 to $110, and then back down to $5.
Cat bouncing really well there. I was trying to get it. Maybe I got a little picky with that 132 entry. But you guys are watching the industrials. I'm seeing a good bounce there.
Yeah, now that the market's kind of calmed down from these numbers, I'm going to look at AMD again. And if I do get an AMD, though, I have to risk off of 70 now, which is a 30-cent risk. I got to figure out if that's worth it for me. But
So-
I don't hate it.
Good lesson today. Good lesson, We got industrial news. We looked at industrial stocks. We saw TOL, CAT. You could also look at CSX as another industrial stock. You saw it extend out and all come back to VWAP, and they all bounced. Every single one. CAT, CSX, and TOL bounced at the VWAP. Just shows you guys the VWAP bounce play is definitely a play that's out there. It's definitely a play that is in use. Has a lot of the times good pullback measurements.
Guys, John, bro, 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, see you, hero. Yeah, the big question, if I get in at 90, my risk is only 20 cents with AMD, and so I think that's what I gotta wait on. Put myself up for a second, maybe. Yeah, so maybe I'm getting a little stubborn with AMD. Maybe I'm gonna miss it. Maybe this was the time to jump in at 94. But yeah, I put out that video yesterday, and that was actually the video we made yesterday got the most views in the first day of any video we've ever put out. According to the stats, it got like 600 plus views in the first like few hours. So I'll post this link, and it got like 550 views yesterday. I'll post this link if anybody wants to go check it out. It is our latest video on the VWAP fake out bounce, or what I call the rebound bounce now. And it's been a super profitable strategy. If you haven't seen it, I'll post this here. I have a VWAP scanner, Sri, but I usually have a range of stocks that I follow on a daily basis. and IO just VWAP bounced. Yeah, there's something I talked about in the video yesterday, which is like, dude, like I see all these other traders talking about VWAP strategies now, and VWAP strategies are one thing, but like, we put out a video called The Right Way to Use the VWAP, and then I've seen a few other traders put out a few videos on the right way to use the VWAP, and I don't know. I guess everybody's going to get kind of competitive with it, but I don't know. I'm going to jump in with 50 shares just to slowly start to scale into AMD in case it just rips up here. Point is like I've seen a lot of other traders all of a sudden start using our strategies, and you know, the VWAP fade was around before us, but the way we trade it specifically is unique to us for sure. And I've seen a lot of other traders recently come out with videos using our exact strategy, and so as long as it's free, I'm fine with it, and I think it's good. But if they try, like I said in the video, if they try to sell you a course talking about our like that strategy, I would run. You know, I'm gonna scale in a little bit more. I'm in with 100 shares of AMD. Looking for a quick bounce up there to. We'll see, over 47, and with 100, still small. Could probably buy a little bit more here for AMD. I'm gonna add a little bit more here, get in with 150 shares. Slowly kind of scale into this, trying to ride a breakout on the upside. $95s. I also realized like the previous close is up here like 47.01. Maybe that's something I should be a little bit more weary of. So we are using TradeNet and TEFs, and I think now is a good time to start, you know, we'll talk about them a little bit. So if anybody wants to use the same platform as Mitch and I, you know, there's a lot of innate benefits to using them. One of the biggest things is that, you know, what are your options as a new trader? Right, your options as a new trader are to generally, most people end up saving up thousands, depositing thousands into a conventional platform, and then let's be honest here, most of the time new traders are going to lose their first account. That's just kind of how it goes. You lose your first account in trading. Of course, you get these hopes and dreams attached to that first account, but let's be real, most of the time you're going to lose that first account, and that's just kind of necessary because you got to build rules and stuff, right? With your first account, usually it's going to take a few $1,000s. You're not going to have much buying power. You're not going to be able to short, and that's basically all you're going to get. But with TradeNet, you know, you spend $375 while it's on sale. You get $14,000 in buying power to trade with. There's no PDT rule. You can day trade and short stocks. It comes with a course, a demo account, and chat room access, and all of that is less than $400. And the way they do this is it operates like a prop firm. And so you're spending $375, you get a $14,000 funded account, and your max loss is $700. So even though you're only paying $375, your max loss is almost twice as much. And so in trading terms, the reward to risk is good. And like I said, I think most traders are going to lose their account regardless, and this is just a much cheaper way. It's cheaper for a new trader. Instead of saving up thousands and depositing thousands, it's cheaper for them to go the intro package route with TradeNet, save money, get a lot of buying power, actually be able to short and learn to short. Comes with a course, demo account, paper trading platform, like I said, and then access to their chat room. And I think that just makes sense for new traders. I think it's the cheapest way to get started. And if you think about your other options, even with other platforms, you know, some paper trading platforms are going to cost, you know, $100+ a month. And so in 3 months, you're going to pay the equivalent of an intro package where you could actually potentially make money just paying for a paper trading account. You know, other platforms are going to charge you over $100 a month just for their platform, not even a deposit, just for the platform. They're going to take $100 out every month. And so I think in a few months, you're going to pay the equivalent of an intro package, and it just makes sense. It's the cheapest way, in my opinion. You know, we do make a commission if you sign up through us, and so we are biased, obviously, in their favor, and it's really one of the ways we keep the stream free. But I genuinely think it's one of the cheapest ways a new trader can get started. I think it just makes sense. And so, yeah, if you want to check it out, I'll post this link here. But like I said, it operates like a prop firm. There's a 70-30 split for this package, but there's different packages, and you can move up and get better splits. Like, I have a pro package, and my split is 85-15, I think. And so I only have to share 15% of my profit with them, and commissions are also pretty cheap if you use small size as well. And so I think all of that, when you consider it, I think it's beneficial for the new trader. It just allows them to get their feet wet in the market without risking a ton of money.
I like Cat again, but I feel like it's just out of my range. So I'm just going to leave it alone. I do like it again, though. I like CGC also. Hey, guys. One of the really great things about TradeNet is that you're able to go short and long. Days like today, you know, we're seeing a lot more long reaction. But, you know, one of the things that I like is that I'm able to trade both my strategies. You know, we trade a lot of VWAP bounces and fades. One of the things that a lot of traders have to go through is that when they're going to trade short, they have to borrow shares and sort. That's one of the strengths that we really do have with TradeNet. You know, any stock that's tradable, you're going to be able to trade it long and short. So that way you can just focus on the execution of the trade versus on how much shares I need to borrow or how am I going to really short this stock. Right. For every new trader out there, we find a lot of traders that are stuck paper trading, and really what we would recommend is being a small live trader. You know, being live is really what shows you the emotions of trading. And if you're able to learn how to trade small at first, it's going to teach you a lot about process building. That's really what we think TradeNet really supports, is the beginning trader that's working on building that process. Right. So if you guys want to attack stocks like CGC, EMPH, Maxar, or even stocks that are as high priced today as, let's say, CAT, then definitely check these stocks out. They could definitely give you a chance to trade not only small cap stocks, mid caps, but even large cap stocks. So definitely check them out, guys.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, I think it's just one of the cheapest ways to get started. I ended up getting out of AMD, made it probably like $30 from that trade, rebounded me on the day, a little bit less than $30 actually. But really, again, really beautiful fake out fade. I waited for the ideal time, perfect fake out fade setup, and worked out really, really well. And again, we're just going to keep attacking that strategy, and I'm going to just keep milking it until it stops working, because that's what you got to do in trading. Is if something's working, you kind of just got to stick with it and keep using it. And so,
yep, definitely, I agree 100%.
Yeah, guys, hit that like button, guys. We got 60 likes. Let's bring that number up to over 100 today, guys. It's just about time for me to start my real trading with bigger sizing. So yeah, hit that like button, guys. We'll see how we do. But again, just to break this down, just like the video I posted this weekend, this is the same strategy. So we put in a really obvious low. If anybody watched the weekend video, we put a really obvious low at 46.70, and then we waited for a break above the VWAP, which we got here, and then we got a pullback right to the VWAP, which is where we entered. We entered the stock here going long, and we ride it up for this really nice breakout. Sure, I tried it here as well, but this was when manufacturing numbers came out, and so I think that kind of skewed it a little bit and made it less reliable. And so when I waited for the market to calm down, once the market did calm down from those manufacturing numbers and it set up for the fake out fade again, that's when I jumped in and I was able to make that green trade from it. But yeah, this fake out fade didn't work. Again, though, I think it's because the manufacturing numbers kind of influenced the stock and what it would do. So no stress either way, but we're slightly green right now. We're going to see how the rest of the day goes. Are you saying my last trade, Daniel, was the best trade so far? Or are you saying that what is our best trade so far? BEG, is TradeNet a yearly fee? So no. So, well, I think that the way it works is that you have a year to make money with it. But I think that more so it's just a way to get started. Technically, it's an educational package, and you become a contractor for them, and they allow you to trade their account, and that's how they get around the PDT rule. But yeah, technically it's an educational package, so it comes with like a course, a demo account, a paper trading account, like I said, and then access to their chat room. And then you get to become a contractor for them, trade their account with no PDT rule. And again, I think most new traders can't short because you need a margin account to short, where this allows you to short. And so if you've ever wanted to learn shorting, I think this is the best option. That's actually why I transitioned to TradeNet. I was on Ustock Trade, and I transitioned to TradeNet so I could specifically short.
Starter.
I'll throw Mitch up. John, bro, when is your country budget? What are you talking about, dude? You talking about GDP? What are you talking about?
Oh, that cat's setting up nicely. Just let that one alone, though. It's too expensive for me.
But yeah, guys, like I said, I'm going to ask you guys a favor. Hit the like button. Show your support for what we do here. We got 62 likes. Let's bring that number up to over 100. We will today, 100%. But I'd like to do it sooner than later, guys. So hit that like button. You know you appreciate this content. We are not experts or gurus here. We just teach you what works for us, what strategies work, what patterns work for us. And if you don't like them, if you don't think we're good traders, you don't have to watch us. No stress either way. We're not selling a course. We're just, a free resource and community here. And so if you appreciate that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll tell you this, every day at the end of the stream, Mitch and I are profitable more than we're not. I'll say that. And so, this is the, I don't like this one. I had a guitar one I wanted to listen. Here it is. Some calming music in here. I don't know, you have to look that up on Google Hero. Oof, maybe I should have held AMD because that rebound bounce breakout was beautiful. Look at it. Alright, Robin Christofferson said, hey guys, question about the AMD trade, John. Okay, what are your thoughts about the risk-reward ratio? What the risk is so big you get less than 1-to-1 in risk-to-reward? So here's the thing, right? If we really look at the trade, let me bring it down. Let me bring Mitch down for just a second. So if we're looking at AMD, right, here's the thing, right? It's roughly, the way I traded it, I got in around this level, and my risk was around 20 cents, right? So we'll say about a 20 cent risk just to estimate it, to make it easier to calculate, right? We got about a 20 cent risk, right? Then I got out at around 11.14. So I got out up here, all right? And so my risk in this case was this. My reward was this. So it was a little bit better than 1-to-1. But I did take profits, and so in the end, it was probably around a 1-to-1 trade, and that's okay because in the end, the reason your risk reward matters is dependent on your accuracy rate, right? And so if your accuracy rate can compensate for having a 1-to-1 reward to risk, then you're fine, and then that's fine. You don't need a 2-to-1 reward to risk ratio. It's all dependent on what the difference between your accuracy is and your ratio. If you have a good accuracy rate, you don't need as good of a risk reward ratio, and if you have a really good risk reward ratio, you don't need as good of an accuracy rate. But even in this case, I would say it was probably close to 1-to-1. I probably should have held it a little bit longer, and a lot of the times I'll use the previous high of the day up here as my reward target, which gives me about 2-to-1. But in that case specifically, I got out at about 1-to-1 level, which I think is fine. I was in with like 150 shares. My risk was 20 cents, and so yeah, it's about the same, about 1-to-1 maybe. All right, guys, hold on one second. All right, I'm back. Sorry, my wife was asking me something. Let me throw Mitch back up. I appreciate it too fast. Is there a way to contact me? Yeah, Discord. Yeah, I'll post this link here. Yeah, you want to contact me? Here you go. Just join our Discord. Hey, I found your channel this morning. Can you explain to me how VWAP works? I've never used it. So we got a really good class on it. It's actually, you know, it's been kind of going a little bit viral lately. We got like over 10,000 views in this class lately. But I'll find that and I'll post that link here. It's called Understanding VWAP and Related Strategies. But yeah, if you want to understand the VWAP, just watch this class. It's an entire class on breaking it down. Maybe I should have taken AMD. Maybe I should have held on to AMD a little bit more, but it's alright. We're gonna see what else we can find, see if we can get some more setups like this.
Alright guys, added on AMRN there on that pullback. I need to hold to 62 as risk. It needs to be a tight risk. 5-cent risk in this trade for a potential breakout.
Alright.
MU pushing significantly up there.
So I just jumped in CGC for the fake out fade. Or for the rebound bounce, I'm sorry. So my risk in CGC is now at 2262. I entered at around 2272. It's the same strategy I took with AMD there. But we're in that one now for the rebound bounce setup on CGC. And again, I'm just going to risk off of this 62 level, 61 level. That song's a little bit distracting.
It's getting towards that hour where should be ending up my trading, so probably last trade of the day.
Alright, so I'm gonna add another 100 shares to CGC. Like I said, we're risking about 30 bucks on this trade, and that's okay. It's still pretty early. Risk is 62. We're getting a pullback in CGC, unfortunately, but we'll let it work and see what happens.
Feeling confident in this one now that we got in that little spike there. Let's see.
Yeah, that's rough, Jonathan. Hey, don't stress it, brother. If you don't win, you learn, man. So it's all a learning experience, brother. So hang in there, dude. You'll bounce back, bro.
BYND getting up there for an attempt to a fade. $1.45 risk on that one, so it's a little bit much. All right, big bid coming in AMRN 125 at 65s. Let's see how it reacts with this bid. Trying to come in here.
So we're right around my risk in CGC. Same strategy. We'll give it a second here, but I'm going to just jump out if it breaks my risk for a less than $30 loss. Oof. I looked the other way and got a huge squeeze down. So I jumped out of CGC. A big squeeze below that low, unfortunately. But yeah, $40 loss, that's fine. Small in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, I just got a huge drop in one candle that broke my risk. And so, it is what it is. I've been on a good green streak. I think I've ended the day up in gross profits like every day for a while now. And so if I have a losing day, maybe it's that time. But it's still early. It's still right around the time I start. NVAX is dropping though, which is actually good for my put option too. So maybe I'll make money back on that. SPY also big pullback here, which I think is what probably affected me in that one. Even though it's a cannabis stock, I think they do get influenced by the overall market some. What was on my list today? I'm looking at CLVS too. Maybe I'll try it with CLVS. It just depends on what the market does here. But what was on my list today? I have to go back and look at my watch list. I know they had a bunch of stuff moving that I forgot about. Let me see. I wish I would have posted it to Discord. Live chat. Let me see if that'll show it. No? Man. Anybody remember my watch list? I remember like AIMT was one, but it's basically filled the entire gap. And then they had GILD is another one, which got hammered. NVAX is trade, or no, NNVC is tradable today. I forgot about that one too. CLVS.
This next candle is going to be big for me. I'm going to get another 5-minute candle here, and I want it to be green. I want it to open green, get right back above VWAP. If not, we're just going to cancel out the trade. So that's the plan. Let's stick to the plan. So the breakout should happen here. There you go. Got a little spike there. All right. I tried to even add more there. I couldn't get it. I like the look of it now. Any good volume plus side here through the 71s should get us up there. A nice breakout. Let's see if we get the volume to jump in here. 11,000 shares added at 65s. So that's really the price point I'd watch on the downside. It's looking good.
Kind of considering CLVS, we'll see. It would have to push all the way back above it, and so I don't know. We'll wait.
All right, I want to see this get bought up on this pullback. Let's bring in the algorithmic volume. Here you go. Good sign there. 2,000 shares at 68.
In India, they have the coronavirus remedies. We'll see.
Okay. I really like that on a 5-minute now. Looking great for me here.
Hey, hold it down, Mitch. I'll be right back, guys. So my wife talked to me about something that was kind of concerning. I might tell you guys about it, but yeah, it's something to do with one of our neighbors. It's kind of weird, but I'll be back, guys.
Don't worry, I'll hold it down, guys. So what do you guys think about this AMRN? It's a little slower moving today, but I feel like I'm about to get that rip. What do you guys feel? Anyone out there just watching our charts? Go ahead and put it up. We don't mind. I won't get offended if you think it's going down on me or upside on me. All right, little pullback here. All right, this is where it should hold. We shouldn't see a quick down move here. So giving it a quick second here. Remember, we saw 11,000 shares go through at 65s. What's going on, traders? How we doing out there in the chat? How we doing, Eagle? How we doing, Matthew? What's up, Gideon? Hope you're doing great. See, we got, of course, our Jonathan in the house. Nash, Hero. Let's do it. Matthew thinks it's going to fall off. Hey, no stress. Let's see what happens. It's definitely stuck in consolidation, but I like it on a 5-minute chart. So as this creates this U effect, you guys see how I get this effect? This is when I usually like to add, because I get this kind of effect and I can base my ads and try to get an average down here. So I wanted to draw that out for you guys so you guys understand my kind of understanding and why I try to get in these areas here. You know, I think, you know, this is built up here in this area, and as long as we can hold this, we can get above here and get a good squeeze. If we break this down on the downside, we just got to get out.
All right, guys, so I'm back. So guys, I know we're a stock channel, but I wanted to ask you, honestly, I wanted to ask your opinion on this, and I also wanted to just say this for the record in case anything happens, okay? So we're going to do story time a little bit early. It's around 10 o'clock. I know you're in trade, Mitch. My bad, bro. I just think this is, my wife is also, Carol wants to hear you guys' opinion on this because we don't know if we're blowing this out of proportion. So just take a step back for a second, guys. Sorry, Mitch, I know you're in a trade, brother, but this is important. This is kind of scary, and so this kind of stuff we're dealing with. So a while back, I would say probably 6 months ago, you know, we've had this neighbor. His name is Scott, right? The old gray-haired man, beard, you know, older guy, gray hair, beard, you know. He was always super friendly to my wife, Carol. You know, he was always really, really nice and like really friendly. You know, it started to get weird. Carol came up to me and she was like, "Hey, some of these text messages Scott are sending me are kind of off, you know, are kind of just off out there, you know." And so I look at the text messages because she was concerned about it. And sure enough, the text messages are a little inappropriate with this dude, right? And so
they're like covertly inappropriate.
They're like subtly inappropriate, right? There's stuff you shouldn't send to somebody that's married 100%, right? You just shouldn't send the stuff to somebody that's married. And like I said, Carol came up to me like concerned, you know, and I looked at these and they were a little weird. And so the next time we see Scott, he's literally coming, you know, asking Carol. Carol's outside by herself, and like she calls me to come outside because Scott's like asking if I was there. You know, maybe he was just trying to help bring groceries in, but it was getting a little bit weird as well. And so Carol and I just ceased contact with this dude. And like I said, you know, my wife's in her 20s. This dude is like at least 60, you know, gray haired, you know what I mean? Just out there, right? So Carol and I are like, look, this is getting kind of weird. Let's just stop talking to this dude. Like, let's just cease contact with this dude. And let's just ignore him and like go about our life because like it's getting too weird. You know, Carol would go out to like stores and she would see Scott at the same store. Like she would go to Walgreens and she would see him there. He'd be like, oh, hey, Carol, hey. And she would be like, hey, Scott. Like, hey, dude, like, what do you know, weird to see you here, bro. And so that's kind of how it went. So we stopped contact with him. And it's like, of course, we try to stay civil with him. And so we see him, we wave. As soon as we decided to stop contact, it's like he already knew that we were ceasing contact. And so it's like we waved to him.
He knew that we thought he was weird.
Right. It's like he instantly knew that we thought he was weird. Like somehow he knew that we had decided that he was weird on our own. It's almost like he had like a bug or like a listening device here. Right. And so that's kind of how it's been the last few months. Like we haven't said a word to this dude. Like we don't want this dude to like murder us. You know what I mean? And so we just leave this dude alone. Like we don't talk to the guy. Like our solution is just to ignore it and just make sure he understands. Like I don't know if he thought he had like a shot with Carol, but make sure this dude understands that like he has zero chance with Carol. But it's getting to the point now where it's like the other day, Carol and I were both gone. I had to go to the store. Carol had to go somewhere as well. And we pull up to our house and this dude's got his 2 dogs in our yard, pooping in our yard. And he's also kind of like in our driveway, and which is strange, which is like if there's obvious weirdness, like self-evident weirdness there, like what is he doing in our yard? You know what I mean?
Like he usually isn't near our
Right,
yard.
he's usually not near our yard, and so it's very strange that as soon as Carol and I are both gone, both of our cars aren't there, this dude's in our yard with his dogs. Now we go outside today,
Well, no, this was yesterday.
or Carol yesterday finds a nail under her tire. It didn't hit her tire, but it was placed like right by like my wife's truck's tire. And so it's like this dude is obviously like leaving a nail out there for us to like run over. But it's like it's at this point where it's like my wife has a stalker. There's no way for us to prove this, and like he's maneuvered in a way to be subtle enough to be like, so if we brought up, he would be like, y'all are crazy, what are y'all talking about? Like here's what she finds, this nail by her tire yesterday. And it's like, dude, like this is getting a little out there, man. This dude's like a stalker. Like what do we do here? Like can we file a police report just so there's one there? And I'm telling you guys this, so if anything happens to my wife, you guys know. Dude's name is Scott. He lives down the street. Dude's name is Scott, lives down the street. And so yeah, I guess I'm just putting this out there for evidence in case anything weird ever happens. But yeah, you know, that's what's going down right now. That's what's going down right now. And so, like I said, I wanted to get you guys' take on that. Yeah, we have security cameras. We do have security cameras, but they're not on right now because we have a DVR, and so we're turning them back on today. But that's the first thing we did is get our cameras set up. Like we have cameras, and we have cameras and we have pictures that say this place is under video surveillance, but our DVR's backed up, so we just got to clear the space so it hasn't been recording except for starting today. Starting today is recording.
Yeah. Well, I think the DVR, something had happened with the DVR, so we have to, I don't know what it is. You have to look at it.
Yeah. But it's like, what do we do here, man? Like what do we do here? Like he's maneuvered it in a way to where if we say anything, he's gonna act like we're crazy. You know what I mean? Like I could go beat him up, but then I would go to jail. You know what I mean? And so it's like he's maneuvered it in a way to be like, you know, to have plausible deniability is the word.
And we never really see his wife. Like he lives there, and like we don't ever really see his wife. It's really just him. Like, I know that she's there. Like, I've seen her maybe just a couple times, but in the years
Yeah, we
that
never
we've
see his
lived
wife
here,
either.
it's
We
like
never
I
see her.
hardly see her. And it's only him. And, like, after it kind of got weird, there would be times, like, when I'd be leaving the house to go pick up my kids or something, you know, he would be out there. It was like he knew when I was, like, leaving the house, you know, and he would, like, be out there with his dogs. And after, like, we had told my mom about this, and she knew which house it was, and one day she came and visited, and, like, as she was leaving, she said that he has a 2-story house, and she said that she looked up in one of the windows, and she said she saw something weird up there. Like, she didn't know if it was, like, someone was standing there, or if it was, like, and I feel like she was over-exaggerating, but she said, like, a camera or something.
That's plausible, man. With this dude, it's like every time my wife would leave, this dude would come outside with his dogs, right? Or every time Carol would be inside bringing groceries, this dude would come out with his dogs. It was just stalker behavior is what it was. Somebody's like, hey, y'all are putting out too much information. I don't think I am. I'm putting this out there so if anything ever happens, if y'all see something happens to me and this channel just goes done, you guys know what's up. You know what I mean? Yeah, that way, at least we got some type of public proof out there, you know? Yeah. Maybe introduce some old Nana to him. I like it. But yeah, what I'm trying to say, though, is that it's like, look, man, like, it's getting strange, and, you know, that's all we know, is that it's just getting weird. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm trying to get you guys advice. Like, what should I do? Like, what should we do in this case? Like, seriously, like, realistic advice. We could file a police report. We can't get a restraining order because there's not enough evidence. We could file a police report. But, yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I mean, nothing's gonna happen to him. You know? Like, what do you mean? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but it's just so weird, man. Like, the weird thing is, like, I've tried to be nice to this guy, and, like, he just, like, walks away. Like, he's just very strange. Like, very, like I said, this is, and I tell my wife, like, this is stalkers. Like, this is what stalkers do, you know? Like, they have, like, a weird thing in their head that makes them think there's a chance, and, like I said, I have kids, man. I got 2 kids that live here, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm worried about, is my kids, you know? Right, I just want to be left alone, Nathan. Exactly, man. I just want to be left alone. Like, with my neighbors, I have a very, hey, like, if I see you, I'll wave to you. And that's cool. I don't want to really talk to my neighbors. I just want to be left alone, man. Yeah, police won't do anything. Seriously, go over there and have a conversation about how he was making your family uncomfortable. Yeah, 100%. I would befriend him again and be fake with him just enough. Yeah, that's an option too. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, R. Smith. I don't want to go over there because, like I said, we are in Texas, and Texas does have a castle law, you know, and so that's the issue. Yeah, we had a similar situation. It's hard to know what to do. The surveillance camera going to work best. Yeah, for sure. It's just a weird situation, man. And like I said, I was hesitant about even bringing this up here. But I think having public proof out there that some, like, weirdness is going down, because it's like we could call the police, but the police aren't going to really do much except make a report about it. There's not enough information necessarily to get a restraining order. And so, you know, he's at the situation where he has plausible deniability, to where it's like if we did approach him in that way, he would be like, yo, y'all are crazy. What are y'all talking about? When it's, like, obvious, you know. Yeah, maybe so, JB. Sorry. Hey, listen, that's okay. I'm on here talking about trading every day. If there's one day where I ask the chat advice on this, you know, I think that's all right too. But yeah, that's what. And sorry, the reason I talked about this is because my wife came up to me and she showed me the nail, and she was like, "Hey, I forgot to tell you, I found this yesterday by my truck," you know. And so it's like, that's what has me kind of like go from like trading to like, what the hell is going on here, you know.
And like the type of text messages that he used to be sending me was like, it was Christmas time, and so he sent me this little like gif or like a little meme, and it said, it's a picture of Santa as like this swolled up buff dude, and it says, the reason Santa is so jolly is because he knows where all the bad girls live, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and he's made comments like just,
dude, you need to go and get cameras immediately. So we have cameras. We do have cameras. We have cameras facing all sides of our house. We actually do. We have a legit security system. It's just it's about 5 years old, so we just need to clear the space on the DVR. But like, which is what we did today. But it's like prior till today, the cameras were backed up, and so they weren't recording anything. But we assume that, you know, so now the cameras are working fine, and we deleted some space in the DVR from like old stuff. But it's just weird, man. It's a weird situation.
And I'm not texting them. Like, I have all of my neighbors' phone number. When, like,
Yeah.
we've been through hurricanes, and, you know, like flood. Like, our cul-de-sac is prone to flooding sometimes. Like, I have all of my neighbors' phone numbers, and they have mine, because that's just how our kind of street is. You know, we all we communicate with each other about stuff that's going on. You know, and so, and like, there's some people that I trust more. Like, when we go on vacation, I'll let them know and be like, hey, like, if you see water running down my street, you know, call someone, because there's probably a pipe burst in my house, and, you know, it's just stuff like that. Like, I feel like we try to be good neighbors, and for the most part, we have good neighbors.
Right, we got friendly neighbors. Like,
Yeah.
we get along with our neighbors here. Like, we don't have weirdness with our neighbors, you know? And that's the thing. And so it's like, we try to be civil. And so, like, my wife tries to be nice to the neighbors, but it's like, you know, my wife's pretty. And you know, I guess Scott got his hopes up. I don't know what it is. But maybe it's a coincidence with the nail. That's plausible. That could be true. I'm not trying to jump to any type of conclusions. I'm trying to figure out what to do here.
But we were both gone Friday, and that's whenever you pulled up and saw him standing in our yard. And then yesterday, on Sunday, is when I find the nail.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, exactly. And that's the problem here, Lunchbox, is that there's no way I'm going to his house. There's absolutely no way. Especially if the dude's like obsessive with like Carol. There's no way I'm going to that dude's house. They have a castle law here in Texas, which basically means that you can defend yourself in your property. And so it's like, if I go on his property, he could potentially maneuver that to like do whatever. And I'm not about that either.
We have one of our neighbors knows, or we're close with one of our other neighbors, and they have a child that's our daughter's age. And like, we've talked to him and been like, hey, look, like, this is what's going on, just to see what he thought, you know, to get an idea of like how he felt about it. And like, his opinion was that it was like he was trying to be maybe kind of like a dirty old man, and
he was
like,
trying to see if he had a shot, and then when he
caught.
didn't have a shot, he's embarrassed about it, is what it is. But there's also the possibility that he's an obsessive stalker, and that's what I'm saying. Like, here's the problem I have with it. You could say this is just a complete misunderstanding, and that maybe we're just kind of blowing it out of proportion, and that's fine, maybe we are. But I'll say this, there's obvious weirdness, like, there's obvious awkwardness between him and our family. There's obvious weirdness now. If there's obvious weirdness between him and our family, why would he be on our property? If you think it's like, okay, if there's weirdness between you and somebody, you're just going to stay away from their property. You're not going to go near them. You're not going to say anything to them. You're just going to ignore them. Like, right? At least that's what I would do if there's weirdness. But it's like, there's weirdness, and this dude's like on our property with his dogs while both my wife and I's car is gone, and then we find a nail by our tire. That's like, it could be a misunderstanding. But I would sway more in that it's not, and that our concerns are valid. Yeah. I hope so, Rumus, man. I hope so, man. So Kenny, so she just stopped responding. Like once it got weird, she immediately just stopped. You know, she just didn't say anything, and just stopped texting him. You know, because she would ask him like, hey, like, you know, we're doing this. Can you watch our house? Or like, hey, you know, do you know anything about the HOA or yada yada yada? And so
Or like power
outages,
hey,
like,
does your power out too?
you know,
or
yeah,
like that.
like we text all the neighbors, and so it's like once it got uncomfortable, she just stopped, and maybe that's why he knows it's weird because the text just stopped. But you know, it's I don't know. He might be, honestly.
Hopefully, if he is, he'll know that we're like onto him and like.
Hey, I'll see you guys.
Leave us alone.
Yeah, hopefully he is watching and he realizes how awkward and uncomfortable he's making my family feel. And he understands that we're in Texas too, if you know what I mean. And so I'd be careful around our property too, but you know, it is what it is. And but yeah, that's the stuff we're going to. I know this is a stock trading stream, and so I apologize about kind of going complete left field on everybody. I'm gonna get back to trading and start trying to trade some more. But yeah, that's the stuff that my wife and I is dealing with, and that's what she came to me on stream with, and so that's why I kind of stopped the stream, talked to her, and we both thought about it and said maybe we'll get you guys' advice, because y'all are some smart people. You know, we all trade stocks here. Most of the people here are pretty smart, and so I figured getting y'all's advice plus having some public, you know, putting it out there publicly, so if anything ever happens, you guys know what's up. It wasn't a bad thing necessarily. But yeah, that's what my wife and I are going through right now. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see what we can find. Now back to stocks. Sorry for that. But yeah, I just thought, you know, it's getting weird over here. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with. I'm kind of looking at CLVS. I'm still kind of waiting for it to pop back up. MU look good. Maybe I should have held AMD. I'm still waiting for CLVS to see if that pops back up. But yeah, that's story time for today. We'll say that. I'm still holding my NVAX, which isn't looking that bad. I'm still holding ACOR too, but we still have a few days. Both of these are put options. Just too dull moving now. But yeah, I'm waiting for CLBS. Basically what I'm waiting for is a move over the VWAP, maybe up to like here, and then a pull back to here. You know, I could risk off of this. The problem is the risk reward isn't that great. I would have to use a reward target up here, and I don't know if I like that. I would have to trade it with a small scalp with the tighter risk, I think, if I did. Like I said, if you see any fake out fades, rebound bounces, stuff like that, let me know. LB's been pulling some nice bounces here too. Yeah, but Mike, so I know, but Mike, here's the thing, right? What I'm saying though is that there's no way I'm going to his house, because again, say that it's not a misunderstanding and that this dude is just some crazy weirdo that's like obsessed with my wife Carol, right? Say that's going down, right? He's gonna try to take me out of the picture, and he would be somewhat protected legally if I went over there. You know what I mean? And so with that, there's no way I'm going over there. Maybe we could send him a text message and just be like, yo, you're weird. Please just leave us alone. You know, like it's getting to the level where we're going to file a police report if you don't. We have cameras set up, like back off. You know, that we could be like that, but, you know, it is what it is. No, story time's done after the first hour when most of the trading's done. Is usually when story time is. they're referring to the SPY. Is the symbol. It's the SPY, the SPDRS. Yeah, it's the it's the little S&P 500 ETF. It's the Spider S&P 500 ETF Trust. So what they're talking about is this, which is just a pullback. And yeah, like I said, guys, I know this is a trading room, but it's like that's what I'm dealing with right now. And so it's like I can either just not stream and close down the stream, or I could talk to you guys about it. And I figured putting it out there publicly is never a bad thing. And so yeah. But yeah, Spider's pulling back, or the SPY's pulling back. We'll see. I'm still kind of waiting here. CGC ended up just tanking. MU still looks okay. AMD, but it's too close to the highs. And so what I'm looking for is like Roku maybe. Yeah, I'm just waiting. I don't see much right now. Nothing's setting up for my style of strategies. I don't see many fades or bounces. Maybe NNBC, but the range is so huge on NNBC, there's no way I want to risk trading that. Disney, ENPH. That was a beautiful bounce too, man. I kind of missed it. ENPH. Hey, I like ENPH for the fake out bounce, actually. I don't really trade this one that much, and it's got a big range, but I'll take it with a few hundred shares, and maybe let this be my last trade here. I like the support level right here too. Bad fill, but don't mind scaling in, you know, risking $80, $100 today with it. Alright, so we did get the bounce, 43s. Alright, I'm going to jump in with another, I'm in with 400 shares right now. We're going to look for a move up to like 60 really quick. It's the fake out bounce strategy. I'm risking off of, I guess, 28 right here. Right here is where my risk is, and then I can set a reward target. I could try to set one up here at 80, preferably, but we'll see if we get that or not. But yeah, appreciate that, Alderman. I like that one. And if we could get just a move up like 5 or 6 cents, I could take profit on this one quickly, just because the range right there is small. There's 54s. I was almost at the level where I could take profits, but I didn't. I don't hate this one though, and we still got a lot of time for it, so we're gonna wait. And like I said, guys, if you want to use the same platform as us, I'll post this links. Hey, what's up, Nicholas? Hey, bro, did you become a member today, bro? How do you find the stocks to trade? I feel like I have all the patterns down. I just can't find the stocks. So I can tell you the stocks that I use specifically, but hey, bro, I appreciate you becoming a member. I don't know if you became one today and I missed it. If I did, my bad, brother. Welcome to the team, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna sell 150 of that. Oh no, it's a limit. Yeah, I'm gonna sell 150 of that. And then I'm going to hold this 250 left. See if we get a breakout over this 3260 level. But hey, I appreciate you becoming a member. But yeah, basically, so Nicholas, so what you want to do, once you really start to trade the same stocks consistently, what you want to do, and at least what I do, is that I develop a range of stocks that I trade. So like I'll try to include my list. If anybody wants to join our Discord, I'll post the entire range of stocks that I watch on a daily basis for these strategies. So you can kind of see the stocks that I do trade these strategies on, because I do have a range of stocks that I trade the strategies on. And so, yeah, I'll try to go over that in our Discord if you want to check that out. But we got a nice push up on ENPH. I think I'm just going to let this work, though. I don't mind this at all, and I like the breakout potential above 60. I've already taken some profits, but I like the breakout over 3260. Oh, well, appreciate it, Nicholas. My bad, brother. I didn't notice, man. So yeah, there's our Discord. Or I'll try to post it in the chat. The stocks that I generally trade this strategy on. It's mostly AMD, MU, CGC, AMRN, ENPH, Roku, CLVS, what else? Tesla sometimes. I'm trying to think of all the stocks that I trade these on. That's about it. I mean, those are usually the stocks that I watch on a daily basis, or this group right here. Those are usually the stocks that I look for these strategies on the most. But I do branch off and look at some gappers, like some big gappers and stuff like that. Like I do that sometimes as well. So we did get a big pullback here. I could hold the rest of this break even if I really wanted to. I'm only holding 250 shares left. But I don't mind letting this work and just hanging out here with you guys since I've already taken some profits. I'm only holding 250 shares left. But yeah, those are mostly the stocks that I trade these on. So my options here, I could add back my size for ENPH, but I think I'm holding enough to be fine with it. And so I think I'll just let this work, see if we get a nice breakout like over this level up here, over like 64 is really what I want to see. Like over this. Maybe up to like this, 78. And remember guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the bell. We do this live for free every day, right here on YouTube. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, team. Show your support for what we do here, guys. There's 57s, 60s. All right, my Thinkorswim is frozen a little bit here. There we go. But like I said, guys, hit that subscribe button if y'all haven't already. We day trade live. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm about to turn 18. Hey, well, good luck, bro. I like it, Ace. Could you recommend some good low price stocks? NVAX, NNVC, CPHI, NIO. You know, we got a few other ones. You know, I'm just kind of brainstorming there. They're 60s. Nice. I'm gonna take another half off there. And gonna hold the rest. See if we get a nice little push over the 65 level for ENPH. Yeah, but this is the same strategy I talked about in this weekend's video. Super profitable strategy, honestly. I'm only holding 125 shares. I'm just gonna let this work. We got a lot of time, and yeah, I can just kind of hang out while it's working. Let's listen to some good music. Cheer us up a little bit. No? Turn the music up a little bit, you know? Yeah, for sure. And that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes I'm gonna talk about other stuff aside from trading. I mean, I trade live every day here. You know what I mean? Like, I trade live every single day, so it's like naturally you're gonna hear about my life. Sometimes you're gonna hear. We're gonna talk about other stuff. We're gonna tell some funny stories, and I think people would probably prefer that and just being super rigid and only talking about trading. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep it light. We got the pullback. Hey, Jay. Hey, killing it, bro. If that's real, man, nice work, dude. Congrats. Great game. Oof. I could have held the rest of this break even. Maybe I should have. I think I let it test though. I want to get out of there. I'm just gonna get out. Not a bad little win. $20 win in the end, I think. Yeah, roughly. That's alright. We'll see what else we can find. Do we get likes? Okay, so guys, we need 13 likes to get above that $100 or 100 like level. So hit the subscribe button, guys. We day trade live on stream every weekday morning for free. Even if you don't like us, you can hit the dislike button. It's all engagement. I appreciate all the support. So hit the like button, guys. If you also subscribe, you can click the bell. You'll get a notification when we go live, which is every single weekday morning for free right here on YouTube. We are not experts. We are not gurus here. We just teach you guys what works for us, show you guys what hasn't worked for us, and day trade live every day. And so hit the subscribe button. Shout out to all our new subs today. We did get a few new subs. I hope you guys appreciated my crazy story that I told earlier. So shout out to DAT, to Zach, to Anders. Appreciate the love, guys. Appreciate the support. Hit that subscribe button, team, if you haven't already. We do this live for free every day. Yeah, Tesla's been going super crazy, R. Smith. Whew. We need 3 more likes, guys. 3 more likes. So hit that like button. So 30. So I could set a risk here of 25. My risk would be 20 cents. Hey, appreciate the sub, DEC. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Welcome to the team, man. Thank you, sir, for the subscribe. You were 100. Thank you, Futures. Thanks, bro. Oh, also, guys, remember, the Trade Ideas test drive is coming up today. It started today, actually. So for the next 2 weeks, you could try out test drive. You could try out Trade Ideas for $8.99. And so super cheap, guys. Super cheap. If you want to try out Trade Ideas, you ever thought about trying out the premium part of Trade Ideas? You know, honestly, best scanners in trading. But to put it into perspective, I pay $120 a month roughly for this Trade Ideas subscription. You could try them out. I might, you know what? I'm going to buy a little bit more of this. But point is that you could try them out for $9. What would really cost $60 if you're taking half of what I pay a month. It's $60. You could try them out for $8.99. Super cheap. I'll post this link here. You can try them out. The winter test drive. Hey, my man Samuel. What's up, team? What's up, bro? Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate becoming a member, man. Yeah, there's the Trade Ideas test drive link if you want to try it out. But hey, shout out to my man Samuel Joni for becoming a member of the family, brother. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate the support, brother. Thank you, sir. Shout out to Will for the subscriber. Thank you, man. Thank you, Samuel. I appreciate you becoming a member, brother. Shout out to my man Sam becoming a member. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the support, brother. Yeah, like I said, guys, you can become a member. You can click the join button. If you click the join button, it's $4.99 a month. It's pretty cheap. It's a great way to help support our free content, and we do put out a few perks a month for our members. And so we hope you'll consider becoming a member as well, guys. But yeah, it's looking like this might be a losing day, which is going to be my first losing day in a while. Every day last week was green. So we'll see how today goes. Every day is not going to be green, and so sometimes I'm going to lose. There's 44s. I actually like it right here. I'm in with 200. I'm going to add a little bit more here. I'm going to add one more 100 share position. I'm in with 300. I'm going to keep it there. And I'm going to risk off of 30. So my risk is about 15 cents. So I'm risking about $45, which isn't bad. That's fine. Oh, also, guys, if you want to use the same platform as us, it's $375. You get a funded account with 14,000 in buying power to trade with. There's no PDT rule. You can day trade short stocks. Comes with a course demo account, chat room access. Great way to help support our free content here. We do make a commission if you sign up through us, and so obviously we're biased in their favor. But I genuinely think that TEFs and TradeNet is the cheapest way a new trader can get started. If you really think about it, paper trading platforms cost the same in a few months as an intro package on TradeNet. And so if you can make your intro package on TradeNet last 3 months, then you're basically paying the same thing as a paper trading account to get a live funded account that actually lets you day trade with no PDT rule, shorting ability, cheap commissions, plus more. And so if you want to check that out, great way to help support our channel. There's the link for that too. We'll see how this trade goes. All right, we got NVAX. My baby, falling, about to be in the money. There we go. Do you trade for a living or is it just a side hustle? So I don't live off of my trading profits. I'll say that. I am a real estate agent and I have 2 Amazon businesses that I run from home. I'm only just now starting to be profitable. I've been profitable for the last few months. But yeah, it depends. Like I don't live solely off of my trading profits. I run a few other businesses and I'm a real estate agent too. And so I do a few different things, but I'm still learning, still growing in trading, and we're just a free resourcing community here mostly. I mean, I think the strategies we teach are legit, obviously. I mean, I'll put it this way. I stream live every day. Last week, I ended every stream up except for one day, and so I can't fake that even if I wanted to. And so the strategies we teach are legit, but we're not claiming to be experts or gurus or anything like that, or living off of our trading. We are just like I said, we're just a free resource and community here for traders. All right, so we did get a nice little spike up there. We'll see if it holds now, but we got a little bit of room to just let it work. And there's 48s again. It's fighting this level, but again, this big level at 47 is probably influencing it. So what's up, guys? How many of you guys think this ENPH trade is gonna work or not? Let's see. Let's get a count. If you doubt me, that's okay. It might not work. I might lose. We do have that $half resistance, but I've been winning so much lately. I'm not even upset if I lose today. Oh, also, guys, if you're a member, you can get access to the coveted John, Mitch, and Carol emojis. You know, look at those beautiful, coveted, majestic emojis, if you will. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that beautiful face right there. Look at that beautiful thing. We'll see if we get a break over this 3250 level. Oh no, it's dropping. We're good. Like I said, I'm gonna risk off of this 30 level. Oh no. We're dropping. That's alright. Like I said, I'm gonna let it go to 32.30. What we're getting right now, though, and what I think is really affecting this is the SPY. Which is hard to predict. It's hard to predict when the SPY is just going to drop. So, it is what it is. What am I in? EMPH? Yeah. Alright, I can watch the level 2. But yeah, SPY's tanking. Or dropping, I should say. And as long as this moves back up, it kind of looks like a flagish, or more of a triangle style pattern. I can see both, but... The poker grind, William, has not been good, man. I scaled up this. I scaled up in stakes, and just got hit. Part of it's variance, though. Like, a lot of the time I've been getting... I think I hit a bad run of variance. But maybe I'm not ready to move up in stakes. It just depends. But I did take a little bit of a dive in poker, unfortunately. But yeah, I think that's going to happen when you move up in stakes. And I think I just got to kind of get used to it a little bit more. But yeah, with poker... I was playing cheap, like, dollar sit and goes, and I moved up to, like, $6 sit and goes, which I think was too big of a leap. I probably should have moved up to 3. And so now I'm still at 3, trying to grind 3 out. And I know I could always go back down to 1 and build my stack back up if I wanted to, but I wanted to take my shot at $3 sit and goes to see if that is going to be beneficial. Again, though, I've just been getting a lot of 1-outers, 2-outers. And I've been getting them in good. I think I've been playing good poker. I think I might just be in a bad variance swing. But again, maybe I'm not playing good poker. Maybe there's something I'm missing that I should take into consideration as I move up in stakes, and that's plausible as well if I'm being if I'm trying to be objective. For the TradeNet account, will I be able to trade with 14K? So basically, when you get started, right? First, they're going to send you a demo account to trade with. They're going to give you the course. Some people, they may take the course. Some people, they're going to send you the account immediately. And so it just depends. Some people they may make the paper trade for a few weeks before they give you the funded account. I know with me specifically, when I got it, I immediately was just like, hey, can you send me the login for the funded account? And they did ASAP. Within like 3 days is when they sent it to me. So it might take a few business days before you get your account. But first they're gonna send you the paper trading account, and I recommend if you do use it to learn the account and learn to paper trade on TEFs first, because you don't want to go in trading real money before you really learn the platform. I mean, I'm not actively working as a real estate agent. Like, if I know somebody that wants to sell a house, like, I'll do it for them. But mostly just trading, Amazon and YouTube right now. All right, there we go. There's the move. There is the move up. We'll see if we can break over this 3250 level. A good thing I like is I can actually risk off of this 35 level now instead of this, which is the new low. It's also putting in a higher low, which is a more bullish sentiment, so I like that. Yeah, maybe that might be right, Sean. You know, like I said, you can see my SharkScope graph. Y'all want to look at my graph here? I can show y'all my graph on SharkScope. It was a good graph. I messed it up the last few days, which again might just be a downswing. It could be. Yeah, this was my graph. Pretty steep drop, but this is when I played smaller stakes. Nice green profitable graph, and then I took a dive for the worst the last few days. But yeah, overall not too bad, you know. But that's my SharkScope graph. Still green, you know, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I do like this upward trend line that's forming. I will say that. Maybe this might be a little bit better too. Hey, thank you, man. Yeah, it's something that honestly has me questioning global. Because I mean, I don't know, it's tough, man. It's tough to say because I don't want to be that dude in poker that blames platforms and that's like, oh, online poker is rigged. I don't want to be that guy. You know, I've seen people like that, and I can't really say that. Like, I've made money on global. Like, I've been really profitable on global, and so I can't really be like, oh, it's rigged, because I've been banking money on global for years now. You know what I mean? But bad variance lately, I'll say that. All right, well, here's the pop. Let's see if we can take some profits here. Nice. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take half off there, or a little bit more than half. Maybe add some back if it drops back down. I appreciate it, Ibrahim. Thanks, man. Thanks, brother. Talk. All right, guys. I'm gonna leave this trade going. I'm gonna set a stop loss. I'll be right back. I'll leave this up so you guys can see it though. Got to talk to my wife about the stuff we talked about earlier. What's a good stop? I think 42s. 32 42s. Hold on. Yeah, I think that's a good stop. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. You'll be that guy for you. Those online sites are notorious for poker teams. Yeah, collusion, 100%. 100%. And that's, I do see some collusion. Like, I see some very obvious chip dumping on global, which is, if you're new to poker and you don't understand what chip dumping is, it's when two people work together in the same sit and go. And in order to have the best chance of both of them cashing in the sit and go, the big stack will basically dump a few chips to the small stack, keeping him alive so they can beat everybody else and cash and have a higher percentage of cashing. That's what chip dumping is, and I certainly see that on global. But you're going to find that anywhere you go, and they can't really do much about that unless they really start to crack down on IP addresses. But yeah. but in the end, like, I built up my stack organically on global, and I know that, like, even if I lose now, I'm losing money that I already won. You know what I mean? Sorry, my son and my daughter are apparently getting into it upstairs. Hold on. Sorry guys, I've been talking to myself for the last few minutes. So I just got out of there early. I'm gonna get out for break even. With the stuff that's going on with my family right now and with all the drama, I'm just gonna I'm gonna end the day right here. Was able to rebound and slightly end up on the day minus commissions, which should be pretty small regardless. So pretty much break even day. I'll take that over that. Not a bad. The strategies are still in play, but maybe I should have held it a little bit longer. I just decided to get out on that pullback there. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the day. Not a bad day. Still ended up in gross profit, down a little bit in net, but not much, and pretty much a break-even day. So I'll take it. But yeah, with the stuff going on, I think I gotta just hang it up for now and come back tomorrow rejuvenated and ready. But yeah, guys, if you want to see the strategy we're using, I'll post this link. A great way to help support our channel. Just go check out the link. If you want to use the same platform as us, you can see the link above. I think it's the cheapest way new traders can get started and actually day trade short stocks for less than $500. So check out the link that says to use our platform intro package for only $375. Again, I think it's the cheapest way. It's the equivalent of a paper trading account. It costs the equivalent of a paper trading account, but it's actually a funded account where you can make money and day trade with no PDT rule, shorting ability, plus more. But yeah, I was able to end slightly up. I'll take it. Good luck in the markets, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Remember to hit the subscribe button. I appreciate all the love and support today with all the likes and subscribes. Shout out to our new members, Samuel, and appreciate all the support, guys. Good luck in the markets. Yeah, not bad. Was able to come back. There's my P&L. So pretty much break-even day. I'll take it. But yeah, good luck, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good day. Wish me luck. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Later, team.